welcome to Session 3 of Fatebreaker. So, our party of adventurers, known as the Fatebreakers, have managed to make their way from Liam's Hold over to the town of Daggerford after a day-long journey, and they have they've decided not to further indulge Pharoo for the time being until they have met up and assured the safety of one Arthur Dunwich, who was making his way from the north over toward Waterdeep, toward Daggerford. So, you all, the Fatebreakers, maybe a little bit faster, managed to make it over to Daggerford unharmed. Performed a few activities within, and have, I believe, just met up with one another here at the inn directly next to the primary gate. So, can anybody remind me where exactly we left off as of the end of last session?
It was like the Luck something in Lady Luck. Something about luck because it's dedicated to Timora or something.
Yeah, it's
anyway.
Lady Luck. It's not an inn; it's a tavern.
Oh, whatever. Okay. Well.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Anyway.
It's not.
We Arthur just walked in with Aelin. And the group had like a quick hug, basically. That was about it, I think.
Very well. Okay, right. So
They had their bromantic hug, and then they all sat down. And then I think he got elbowed in the ribs by Stella.
Yeah, or something.
Something along those lines.
indeed,
Or no, Winter. Or was it Stella? Which one elbowed him in the ribs?
it was
You bounced
Or no,
Winter
it was
off
Aelin.
of Shield.
Oh,
Wait.
that's right. I did do that.
Oh.
Winter came
remember.
charging in for a hug. He reflexively shielded. She bounced off to the floor, and then, yeah.
Right.
You're
Well,
right.
yes, there's that. Anyways,
Anyways.
thanks for the reminder, though, because Arthur has someone else with him in tow. In fact, I think that as we are now finding ourselves here, I think it would be appropriate for whenever we officially get into it for Aelin to describe herself, since none of the others have seen her before. But in any case, I believe Kronk is still out finishing up his business, and Pharoo had a couple of guardsmen he was talking to, but they'll likely be along shortly. So that's all on my end. Fatebreakers, what do you wish to do?
Okay.
I believe we ended and we're all just sat around the table. So
Yeah.
gonna get
We will
caught up with
gather.
one another.
Ourselves at a table, and I suppose before we get into a bunch of okay, what the heck is going on, we'll at least wait for Kronk to come back and his in. Does that sound good?
I think Arthur is gonna roll for drink.
Okay.
Awesome.
Alright, let's see, that's a 48, and according to the list, I got the Pina Colossus.
The
A rare colossal
Universal.
pineapple hollowed out and filled with rum, coconut cream, and pineapple juice. Usually a shared drink. The pineapple shrinks in size when the liquid is drank or spilled. It will also continue to expand and grow to colossal proportions the more liquid that is added. So, he's
you
gotten
find
himself
this?
a party drink.
Okay. That'll be 3 silver.
3 silver pieces. Glorious.
Boy.
Docked from my 3,100. Okay. Sorry, 3,200. I just docked 3 silver from that. All right, there we go.
Adelbrand has milk,
Ooh,
like usual.
map change. Pretty.
Ooh, there's art now! We've
There's
upgraded.
art.
Ooh.
We have art.
Wow. Thank you.
My
Dia.
theater of the mind has expanded outside of my mind. All right.
Josh.
I can really feel the depths of my mind expanding.
Oh.
You know, you feel me?
Arthur starts off his reunion by ordering himself a drink, one that he is able to share with his fellows as he goes and gathers himself up at a table that I believe Adelbrand had been waiting at.
Yeah, I think it's everybody now.
Kronk has yet to come
Besides Kronk
back,
and
I
Pharoo.
think. And Pharoo
So.
was outside asking about if anyone's seen Arthur.
Yeah, he's also he's talking to Jasper about stuff, about the future.
Was he?
I think he had
Oh,
more
I thought
on
he
his
was
quest. But anyway,
regardless.
I will just a piece. Kronk, are you coming? Yeah. Alright, hurry up.
Okay.
Where exactly did the
Connection's
big
a little
bastard go
connection's
anyway?
a little spotty. I don't know if I
Oh my gosh.
hey, went off to the bank. Just to move
And
it
you
out,
trusted him to go alone. You do know there's numbers involved at the bank, right?
Yeah, he can. He's got it. He's just got to sign
Right.
something probably. I kind of jerk my head at the whoever is following you around. Or is she following you around? I don't know. It's
My assumption was that Aelin followed Arthur into the tavern. Is that
Correct.
so?
Aelin has been keeping her distance, watching, but once they had sat at the table, she'd get a seat close to Arthur. She
Okay.
kind of lifts a hand, gives a wave. I'm
Um,
Aelin.
Yeah, finish what you were gonna say, but before we forget, I want you to describe your character for the other characters.
Okay, give me.
voice from beyond.
Do you have your documents
Yes.
all prepped and ready and fixed up from last time?
I don't want to talk about it, actually.
Alright, just make sure to post that in character art when you...
It is. It's
Read it
there.
off.
Okay, I'm trying to get
Is it?
to it.
Oh, it is. So it is.
Okay, let's do this. The woman beside Arthur is shorter than him by a few inches. Okay, that's fine. She looks to be in her early 20s and appears human. She has dark hair that goes down her back. Her eyes are dark, but every so often in the light, you catch a glimpse of them perhaps being red. She's curvaceous, her attire more exposed than what a typical adventurer on the road would wear. A cropped shirt exposing her midriff, gloves that go up to her biceps, pants, a belt. She's unassuming, unarmored.
Okay. With that, you just kind of there's a we made a friend. Let's.
Arthur and I have
Come
a
on,
little
Nana.
arrangement.
We met on my travels coming back here.
Okay. Well then, before we get anywhere, what happened to you? Well,
Oh, wow. DM, is it alright if I ask for a small refresher on what happened last when they last saw Arthur?
Yes. So
No.
this was just a few days ago for you.
Right.
Maybe a bit more than a few because you spent some time in the astral plane. But anyways, you all within Barovia had been investigating a certain cave system, I believe it was. You are on the trail of an individual who had been taken by Strahd, and in some way corrupted by him, having turned him into like this mutilated half human, half spider entity. That, of course, was Mordenkainen. But whenever you guys ended up facing up against him, you found that an archmage such as he is one to be highly feared and highly regarded, as his powers over the arcane are extreme, to say the least. So, next to him, within the special room he had, there was a pit which kind of just descended into blackness. And Arthur, you at this time, in realizing that there was not going to be a way of defeating him and or getting out alive, decided that you would seek to overpower Mordenkainen and take him with you into the pit. And so you did. You managed to perform a successful grapple on him, and were sent hurtling ever downward through the darkness until suddenly you found yourselves ejected out into pure emptiness. That, of course, being the astral plane. So yeah, it wasn't long before you ended up getting picked up, as well as he, by a number of strange-looking, kind of alien-like individuals on this ship that kind of just floated through this black void. I shouldn't call it a black void. There were quite a few features to it, rather. Okay, you could see stars. You could see varying colors of stellar bodies. There's actually a lot to see in the astral plane. But anyways, you had been picked up and had you had been taken upon this ship and basically taken prisoner at that point, before managing to get a message out, because you recalled, I think on a very good history check, that one of Mordenkainen's associates is an individual named Elminster. You managed to send a message out to Elminster, and not long after that you were both rescued by him, and brought back to the prime material plane. Elminster took Mordenkainen and wanted to do some research and see if his fate could be reversed. but promised you that he would willingly send you wherever you needed to go.
Gotcha. Oh gosh, what town was it that he sent me to? Was it Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep? Or one of the other bordering?
You requested to be sent to Waterdeep.
Right, got it. Okay. And from there, yeah, okay. Golden. Thank you, DM.
Yeah.
Well, bit of a long story. You'll remember old Morty. Took him with me down into that pit of his, and
Alright.
well, from there we ended up in the astral plane. And they don't exactly call it the astral sea for nothing. In our time in there, we wound up prisoners upon this weird ship, this vessel of sorts, that be they traders or some kind of mercenary group, I didn't exactly discern. Didn't exactly feel the need to spend too much time there. I recalled that one of old Morty's associates might have some means to get us on out of there, seeing as we had no way out ourselves. And that's exactly what happened. He managed to get us out. Wanted to go take old Morty and get some research done on him, considering his condition. Seeing no further use for me, they decided to send me on my way. I requested Waterdeep, not really knowing anywhere closer that might be able to get me where I needed to go. And well, from there, just a quick hop, skip, and a jump over to Daggerford. Figured I'd start my chase by trying to figure out and getting myself back to Barovia.
Right.
But, well, close enough. Found you guys here.
So
Fortuitous, I say.
one thing I forgot to remind you of.
I'm gonna scream DM.
It has complete. It doesn't even have. It's not even something you missed on telling the others. Okay, the only reason that you requested to be sent to Waterdeep and not Daggerford itself is because
Wasn't it something to do with the sending gates that are there?
it is because there are teleportation circles within
Yeah.
Waterdeep. There are none within Daggerford. And so Waterdeep was the closest place where you had a sure shot of being able to get there.
That's right. That's right. Okay. I figured it was something to do with that. I didn't know if the others would know about that or ask about it, but yes.
Okay. This is all probably a little above his head. So,
Yeah.
I just kind of astral plane.
Astral Sea. That's the one.
Okay. And you met people there who... And Mordenkainen wasn't trying to kill you?
Well, seeing as we had just ended up in frickin' space, I don't exactly think he was too keen on continuing a fight he didn't see a way out of.
Okay.
I
And
guess, at least, as he figured our odds of survival were better suited not trying to strangle each other to death. So,
I'll have you both remember as well,
Yeah.
because it's been a
Yeah.
very, very,
I actually wasn't
very
there for
long
that, so this
time.
is pure conjecture from my point of view.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Adelbrand
Yeah.
knows this. I mean, Arthur does too, but in terms of players,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mordenkainen wasn't like he wasn't acting like some crazed guy who was all like, I'm going to kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah.
oh, yeah, I just
He,
remember him being
Yeah.
very mage and at us. And
He wasn't
Why did he
mad
tell us? What
at
happened?
you.
Was he under a
In
curse?
fact, he would have preferred that you had left him alone is basically where your guys' differences arise. Okay, but he was serving a very evil purpose at that point, and the conflict of interest is why he was fighting you, not because
So it was
he
less a means to kill us,
hated
more a
you.
means of trying to scare us away, kind of thing.
Well, it would have been to kill you if,
If we
as
had
demanded by
remained.
the situation.
I kind of
Yeah.
did. He hated us.
And that
but-
situation changed drastically when Arthur tackled him into the astral plane, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. To continue.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. And he got picked up by somebody else who sent you.
Sort of something else. I don't actually know exactly what they were. It's not like anything I've ever seen before. And we have seen quite a lot. These were... to be quite frank, I don't exactly know their origin, but... they were sort of... not of this plane. It's
Yeah.
about the best I can say.
If you'd like just a very brief description, Arthur.
Sure.
Yeah, these individuals that picked you guys up, they kind of had like this strange kind of like yellowish pigmented skin, kind of like these unusual upturned noses and long sharp ears. They seemed pretty temperamental. Not a lot seemed very happy, and like any of the time. Yes.
As a player, did we get picked up by Kid Yankee?
Well,
Or do I have
would
to roll
Arthur like to?
Damn it.
Okay, all right.
Just because
Yeah.
Lazel has
And-
a problem doesn't mean that's kind of messed up.
I have
Every
never
Kid Yankee
played
we've come
Baldur's
across in
Gate.
Baldur's Gate has been
Oh,
pissed off
easy.
at
I'm
life,
just
okay?
saying,
I'm
I'm
that's
going
all the
purely
problem
based
I
off
had.
of lore.
Anyway,
I am going
I don't
purely
think-
based off of lore. That's literally how they are.
I'm not even talking to you.
You're
This-
fine, you're fine,
Well,
you're
anyway,
fine.
funnier, though.
I don't think Arthur would know. So
Okay.
Arthur is just
All right, huge.
I am closest thing I ever saw to whatever the hells they were was some weird mix between like an elf and a hobgoblin, kinda. I don't know. They had the pointy ears, they got yellowed skin, and like the noses kind of did something like this, and he like pushes up his lip to make his nose kind of get scrunched in a little.
Did. Okay. Weird looking.
They were very angry people, not exactly keen on seeing strangers in whatever part of the sea we wound up in.
And they sent you back?
Oh no, they wanted to keep us prisoner. We had to escape. Real
Oh.
sneaky like, I see. It was, all up to Morty's assistant that got us out of that bind.
Okay. Alright. And then he sent you back.
Correcto! Got us out of the
Okay.
astral plane, back on the prime material here, and closest place he
Wait-
was
wait
able
a
to send me to Daggerford was...
Does that mean he's on the normal world?
Morty or his friend?
No,
Assistant?
Modin. No. Modin kind of.
Oh yeah, no, he's back here.
Concern.
What's got you all up in a tizzy? It's not like he's still trying to kill us or anything.
You sure?
Look, circumstances as they were, he just wanted us gone.
Hmm.
Going into the astral plane, well, we were gone. Well, he was. Regardless, his assistant, well, insisted that he go get some tests done, and, well, my best guess is that he was going to try and reverse whatever happened to him. He wasn't exactly keen to give details, and I didn't bother to ask. I had my own objectives. Trying to get back to all of you.
Okay.
This
All
is
right.
very interesting.
Yeah, that's complicated, but
Well, it was a bit of a long week. He takes a long sip from the drink.
why is everybody? What?
Why is everybody what?
No, just. What do you mean a week?
Oh. It was a very long 10 days. What do they call them? It's 10 days,
No,
right?
you're right.
Hey.
I still think it's been 3 months of life.
Oh.
Yeah, or at least yeah. Since Mordecai, it's probably at least been a couple weeks.
Kind
10
of raises
days.
a brow at his
Yeah.
concern of time difference. I'm sorry. How long? Wait. He kind of like counts on his fingers for a second, thinks
What
back,
freaking day is it?
tilts his head up.
A late something. Probably
It's-
around mid late 20th, 19th,
Wait.
one of those.
No, that's not right at all. Hang on. He's gonna think back.
Yeah, that's not. Why is
No,
everybody
it's
keep
months
saying
from
that?
there. What are you talking about? Now Arthur's confused along with Adelbrand.
Because it's a late. It's
No, it's
coming
Hammer.
autumn.
It's Hammer, right?
No.
Yeah.
Darling, look outside. Does it look like Hammer to you?
I'm not exactly great with weather these days. We just spent months in that hellhole where the sun doesn't shine. I can't exactly tell you what the weather's like in this time of year anymore. But no,
I can feel it.
winter nowadays, right?
Wait a minute. What does she know?
Hey,
What
look,
do you know?
he's gonna turn
yeah.
turns to
Hey.
face her. It's less.
I
it's less
remember you're
anger,
here and
it's
I'm
more-
hostile.
It's more. No, it's less anger. It's more confusion, painting over his face with a rising concern. What
She-
day is it? We spent months in that dimension, wherever we were.
She knows about the yeah.
Kinda told her the small bits and pieces. Nothing too serious, I suppose.
Okay,
'cause
whatever.
Stories are not dope. Regardless, trust among allies. Aye. What is the day? You say it's a length? That's when we left. Are you telling me no time passed between when we entered and when we left?
You're expecting me to know about this whole time thing?
Well,
That's what the fucking
Okay,
bird
yeah.
was saying.
DM. Can Arthur roll maybe a history check to see if he knows about time distortion in planes? Like the Feywild and stuff like that? Any stories he might have heard about it? DM.
He's in there.
My apologies. I
Okay.
was muted. And
Oh,
that is
no
why.
worries.
What?
You're the orphan. It's very important.
Gosh.
You do love
He's been
him
wiped.
too.
What do we do?
Okay. Put
Man.
these back, bud. Put these back.
No, he's
Alright.
been
Oh
fathered.
no, he got fathered.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
One more time. Your question?
Welcome back. Arthur was going to attempt to recall any stories he may have heard, be them on the seas or in his travels, about potential time distortion between planes. I believe the most notable would probably be like the Feywild, something
Okay.
of that sort.
Sounds good.
Is there anything
Um,
that he might know about that?
As you begin to think, ding, 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 the bell on the door rings as Kronk enters.
Oh yeah, he's
So-
back.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, my dude.
Boy. My-
Kronk walks in with his broken monocle on his eye, he's looking at a couple of birds. Oh
That's
boy,
a monocle.
yeah. Oh boy, I think I. Who the fuck? Who's that?
Hearing his old compatriot entering and now questioning, he'll turn about in his seat with a growing grin. All the concern that he was holding for a moment seems to fade in an instant.
thought you-
Is that you, big fella? Oh my days.
I thought you were dead. Come here, big man.
I thought you were dead too there, friend. He's gonna hop on up and he's gonna hug him.
I was gonna break his back.
Yo, you're dead now.
Pain him.
It's good to see you, too, old friend.
Oh.
Too tight. Can't breathe.
Yeah, okay. Where you been? You filled the hole, and I thought you was gone.
Oh, it was astral sea.
That's
God,
what?
Strong as ever. He's gonna like stretch out, crack his spine back into place. Oh God, you have got to maintain that strength. Right, Astral Sea. Here, let me get you a drink. Still
Yeah.
like that ale of yours, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, he's gonna go grab He's gonna order a barrel of ale, I guess, and come on back to the table.
Ooh.
As he does that, Kronk's gonna look at Adelred. Oh, what's your figures we go over?
What? What do you say?
I'll go some figures for us to go over when
Oh,
we get a chance.
first.
alright. Well,
Want to balance these here checkbooks, I reckon. Oh my gosh. Now, see, I reckon we can figure out some real salaries here.
Kronk's my dude.
My God.
Yeah, well, I got a lot to
Idle
go over
plan.
tonight.
Tell me, what do you know about investment plans?
It's important to invest wisely and
Oh, there's something called a money market and a savings fund. I don't know what that is.
Now, see, look at this here diagram. The shape, it's real familiar. It's got the three sides, goes into a point. They were telling me all about it.
Someone keeps telling me to buy apples. I don't like apples.
It's like Forrest from Condo Fruit
I thought those were
Company.
supposed to get those doctors to stay away from me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we'll get to
Arthur
that.
goes and gets a drink for
Yeah.
Kronk. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, Kronk will hand them to Adelbrand, and you'll see it's like the balance and like some very medieval investments, whatever the fuck
Alright.
that actually means.
I put on my glasses and look it over, and so we have a savings account now.
Oh,
You do,
yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Is this? I don't remember. Is this yours or is this ours?
Oh, right now it's in my name. I probably should get you guys to put your names on it. You know, in
Oh,
case. And
yeah.
Kronk's gonna like do the like finger across the neck emote.
Emo. That's not gonna happen. But...
Yeah, shoot. The lady at the bank was talking about like making it grow with like 3 or 4%. As you know, I'm not good. I obviously can't fucking read, but I know numbers a little bit. So,
Yeah.
well,
We should really do something about that. Maybe Pharoo would be helpful after all.
yeah, we'll let Pharoo in it now. Now that it's secure. Don't put his name on it, but well, he'll help us.
Alright, sure.
Alright, cool.
Good idea.
And I will assume at this time,
a
Arthur.
50-gallon barrel of ale for
Lord.
10 gold. That is ridiculous.
Not 50
How does this-
gallons.
How does
Over
this
a dozen
mathematically make
gallons.
any sense? There's a small barrel, 5 gallons, 5 gold pieces. Large barrel, 50 gallons for 10 gold. That is 10 times the amount
Costco.
for only double the price.
It's Costco.
Costco.
Bro, they got a Costco price. That's amazing.
You can get a dog.
Anyways, my goodness. They allow me to
my
purchase a
God.
quarter cask of ale,
Oh,
which is over a dozen gallons.
Mm,
2 gold, 6 silver, or 26 silver. Okay, I'll just do the 26 silver. I gotta grab hang on the math.
I have a meme. I must find it. It's so fucking good.
Apparently, I can just go add my silver to the bank fund, I
My
guess.
goodness.
That'll be great.
Yeah, our
Yeah,
like-
our bank account. The party invests wisely into a savings 401.
Be Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Arthur comes back with the ale and just sets it down in front of Krog. All yours, big fella.
Oh, now you know what I like. And he's just gonna
It
drink.
is a dozen gallons of ale.
Oh, good lord.
Over a dozen gallons.
Holy.
Wait, hold on. We have a bag of holding, right?
I don't.
You have one. I have
I have the bag.
You definitely have a bag of
Okay.
holding, because I remember a very similar discussion about a barrel
Yeah.
of wine.
Yeah, okay. I was just
I do remember,
trying to
I do
remember who
the
actually
wine.
had it. If I
Yeah.
had it
That
or
was-
you had it.
No,
That
you
was
have it.
at the- yeah.
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 I have a
Alright.
tiny one, but I only
Oh,
fill
okay.
it with, like,
I don't think Arthur has a single
Burger.
one, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Doesn't even need it. Anyways. Alright, where were we? The day, right. From what Aelin had told me in our travels, she had spent some time in the Feywild, and, well, despite it having been about a year or two of her journey, and coming back through, it wasn't quite that much time. Long story short, the time works differently depending on the plane of existence you find yourself in. So, however many months that we just spent, it doesn't seem to have happened. At least not out here. Oh, it most certainly did to us, obviously. It just hasn't taken effect on the plane out here. So we're back in... What does that put us back at? Let me check real quick. He's gonna reach into his bag and find his journal, which he has chronically kept up to date with when it comes to the days passing of what he would assume the day would be while they were in Barovia. Flipping back to the first ever entry, finding Elaine, I imagine the 19th DM is the day that it had started when they had entered, right?
Let me see here. It was
the day they
the
entered Barovia.
18th.
18th, okay. Well, alright, if we entered on this day and then it took a few days' travel, I'd reckon we're somewhere around the 19th or 20th? Perhaps? Maybe the 21st.
That's what the owl was saying.
I'm sorry?
Oh,
You have talking owls now, too?
Speaking
Yeah,
of
he-
talking owls.
Is he in there? No.
He may be busy with his...
Hold on. It said 8:25.
There is a talking owl, but I missed contextually where I am at the moment. I apologize.
You
Oh,
just
no.
managed to
Are
make your
you
way
are you
into
back?
the
Are you
Lady
still in
Luck
your thing?
Tavern.
or-
I heard two voices, and I what?
I'll shut up.
Yeah, well, I'm the DM, so I have priority. You have just managed to make your way back into the Lady Luck Tavern.
Okay, it's at that moment where I walk in. I'm kind of rubbing my head a little bit, just thinking, and I look up and what do I see around here? Anything of note? Do I see the party? Like,
Well, of course, you see the things you had seen in this... you haven't been inside of here yet, right? Okay, right. So, yeah, you find yourself in a very spacious commons room. This place is occupied by a number of different people with different occupations and a variety of different species. You can see that there are a few dwarves. There are maybe about 7 or so half-elves. There are, of course, for the most part, humans, as well as a number of halflings that are currently kind of just weaving their way on their way out the door. They kind of like shuffle past you, and of course, you're not the tallest bird in the bunch, but they are still dwarved by you as they kind of like give you a small nod and make their way out the door.
okay.
So you're telling me you got talking owls now? That was Arthur's last comment made to the group at large as you were walking in.
And looking around in your DM, I do see the party around, or do you want me to make like a check or something?
In order to locate them?
Yeah. I assume that this tavern is at medium capacity
Let's
at
see.
least.
Well, let me ask, what is your passive perception?
It is a whopping world record breaking 12.
All right, let's have you make a perception check.
Okay.
Hunter, what is this video?
What video? Oh wait, sorry, wrong Hunter. I got a 9 DM.
Okay, a 9. You do not initially see
Extra
the others
hot, extra
within
dog.
this place.
Extra dull.
Ah, perhaps they found a different tavern. Actually, I kind of get a sparking moment of what to do, and just out of the blue, I'm gonna yell out so that the entire bar hears this. Kronk! Do I see a giant just like lift his head up?
Yeah. He's looking around
Okay,
seeing like who
well.
called for his name.
I mean, yeah.
Arthur will take a cursory glance.
Right. So yeah, Kronk, if you glance backward, it came from the door. You're able to see Pharoo, where he stands, kind of like trying to scan, the overall crowd. But it's a bustle in here. People are making their way from table to table. Some are standing up to go over to the bar. A lot of them are sitting at the various benches and tables and whatnot. It's almost like a cafeteria in here.
I would assume Pharoo sees the big man.
Well, not with that perception check.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
my days.
I don't see the giant with a beer foamy mustache. Okay, damn.
Kronk's gonna
Not
look
with
at
a
you like for a
9.
solid 5 seconds, raises his paw. Born over here.
DM, I'm assuming that I actually hear this,
Of
and
course, yes, certainly.
Okay.
Now that you,
I'll avert my head over to where I heard it, and I'll look over to see Kronk and be like, "Ah, there you are." Man, it's like a fighter holding a glaive. I'm gonna walk on over. And DM, are there a few familiar faces in this group of people that have been added recently?
yes, there are 2 individuals that you have not met before.
DM, can I roll a potential history check?
You've walked over to the table, right?
Yes, I have arrived at the table.
Right.
If there was like a crowd, I've went through the crowd and I am now
I'm not
approaching the
going
table.
to have you roll
Okay.
a history check on something that you, the player, are able to remember.
Okay.
Remember, guys,
Cool.
history checks are not for players to remember necessarily out of game. It's for your character to recall something having to do with history, right? It's just, sometimes I like to have you roll them anyways in case you yourself
Okay.
forgot. But if you didn't forget, then there's no issue.
All right. Presuming that I see the 2 new faces, I'm gonna look over to Arthur and I'm gonna say, "Oh, you must be Aelin."
Well, right you are, friend. Put it there. He's gonna pull out his hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give Aelin a handshake.
She's gonna shove Arthur's face away. Just palm and shove him away.
Oh, come on!
That idiot is Arthur. I'm Aelin.
Oh, pleased to make your acquaintance. I remember. Oh wait, hold on. That's right. Context. I am Pharoo Woodwing. I am from a different timeline, and I'm sure the rest of everybody might have filled you in on sort of what's going on.
I
But if
certainly
you
wish they had. He's gonna look over to Adelbrand. I'm sure this isn't going to be confusing in the slightest.
For the record, you know, him saying I'm from a different timeline is like someone saying like pneumo no ultra microscopic is you know like it's just like a
yeah.
he might as well it's not really something in your vocabulary necessarily.
So I'm assuming you're the talking owl that Adelbrand here was talking about.
Well, I am an owl and I do talk, so I would presume yes, unless he's met another owl in the last 35 minutes.
Are we
He
not going to
glances
talk
at
about the whole different timeline?
whatever the hell that even means. What does that mean, actually? I'll look up
I guess to put it very simply, in what I would call a place and time where you were meant to be, the gods died and the world ended, and it is solely because of me that, well, it is because of me and a few of my companions that are familiar with this. I'm gonna like span my arms out, just kind of recognizing all of them. A few individuals that are familiar with this party. There were a series of events that had happened, and we had uncovered some artifacts, and one of those artifacts was one that would allow me to essentially come back to a certain point in time, sort of alter reality a little bit, and, well, hopefully prevent the end of the world like it happened before.
Right.
I know this might be a it may sound like the ramblings of a madman, and I'm starting to question more and more as time goes on if it really is.
Well,
but
I
for now,
haven't just wound up in space a few days ago. I would say you're talking a whole lot of hooey, but here we are. Suppose anything
Hooey.
is possible here.
You'll have to tell me sometime
not
about.
only are there ways to travel different planes, there's now travel across time.
Unfortunately, it's only once. I don't believe that this thing. And I pull out, and I pull out the wrapped staff, and I'll say, I don't believe this thing is, I suppose, able to be interacted with in that way again. This is simply a key. The thing that actually performed it was I guess to say, a massive obelisk that required immense amounts of power to do such a thing.
I see.
You're joking, right?
DM?
Pharoo.
Dungeon Master, can I make a knowledge history to recall any events in which, during the times we were scrying on them, that I might be able to basically tell Aelin something about herself that, like, no context otherwise would provide? I want to try and mind sliver her brain right now.
That is something completely different, but okay. Yeah, sure, make a history check.
That's a 14 DM.
Your mind.
Okay, a 14. So, as you recall it, for whatever reason, you noticed that she has this immense capability toward fire. She's extremely adept at fire magic, and you actually at one point even witnessed her flying whilst hailing down various fire spells during one of the fights they had in your vision.
Okay. Well, Aelin, here, let me try something. You and I have never met before, correct? Face to face, you've never had a conversation with me, you don't remember my face, nothing like that?
I think I would remember.
Okay. And it is my recalling that nobody has ever mentioned anything about this Aelin here. I know that you are rather adept in the art of evocation, particularly with fire. Alongside that, be it a lucky guess, I know that you also possess the capability of flight.
Oh, you can fly too, can you?
That was months ago. I
Yeah,
lost
who
that
can?
spell. The
I'm
jaw
tr-
kind of ticks.
I'm
And
trying
for
to. Oh, sorry.
fine. And for her second, you see a twitch in her finger. The same kind of twitch into the same figure that normally would cast a firebolt. She relaxes, leans back. Alright. Either you've got a lucky guess, or you're from the future, past.
Wait, hold on. I've never met you either. Quick, do me.
It's like freaking Drake.
DM 17.
Oh, we're so eager, aren't we?
What? I'm curious. He says he's from the future. I just want to test him a little bit.
Okay.
Now, quick, tell me something that you wouldn't otherwise know.
Who are you doing this for?
I'm doing this for Arthur.
Okay, for Arthur. So for Arthur, as someone, right? Okay, yeah. So as you recall, Arthur had a very particular taste for a special type of drink that isn't typically found in this region very much. But it's something called coffee, and it is derived from a special bean that grows in tropical areas. Now that
I think Pharoo is particularly aware of coffee.
Oh, yes, it was. Yeah, you're right.
that
You. Oh,
oh sorry.
What? What was that, Ian?
Sorry. Yeah, the only other thing I was going to say was that Arthur seemed to command certain powers from a dragon god. This god, being the Platinum Dragon, is one who Arthur at least seemed to loosely associate with based on your vision.
okay. And this was referred to as the Platinum Dragon, or it was just like of
The
a Platinum Dragon?
Dragon.
Okay.
The
I'm gonna look.
Platinum
I'm gonna look.
Dragon.
My look is going to drop when Arthur speaks. I'm going to like slightly tilt my head a little bit, and I'm gonna say, "The Platinum Dragon sends his regards."
Okay, what is it with everybody trying to talk to me about this damnable dragon? Ugh.
Pharoo's gonna laugh and just say, I'm just joking. It's what I was able to learn in the day or so that I was able to see you guys.
Well, that doesn't prove anything. They're a very popular dragon. Probably.
You like coffee? I mean, I'm a big coffee guy myself.
His eyebrow is going to raise. What the hell's this coffee?
Shit.
I'm gonna put my head on the table.
Oh, you will learn. You will learn.
No, I want you to tell me what the hell's this coffee? He's gonna look over to Aelin. Do you know?
I'm none of this. She's gonna turn his face back forward.
Alright, no fun.
This whole business aside, choose to believe me or choose to not. I have a job, and it is to ensure that you were all given enough time to basically fulfill and find out what you need to do in this allotted time. Now, I don't know particularly how to get you on that path. I'm just very much hoping that it comes with us naturally.
Well, you mentioned the end of the world. What can you tell us about that? Choosing to put this whole coffee business aside. You said that you saw the end of the world?
I witnessed the end of the gods. I've witnessed all of civilization turning on us. I've witnessed a being that defies all the laws of the known world and beyond. I suppose where we are right now, Daggerford, in some allotted amount of time, there is an attack on this city, and it's from this beast. It's encased in shadow and fire. It is a beast that can interact with the world around it, but the world around it cannot interact with it. I had witnessed a few attempting to interact with this thing, but it only brought deep pains and injuries. There's something that happens in this town that causes the locals to go mad. And as unfortunate as it is to say, unless he himself has fallen beneath this supposed curse that befalls the city, the Archmage is among one of those that are, I guess, seen as antagonistic in this scenario.
He's definitely gonna perk up for a second at that. You said an Archmage? Who was it? What was his name?
The Archmage of Daggerford. Knowledge history check.
7.
Ah,
Okay.
27.
This-
That's high.
Okay.
Jeez.
So. Alright. On a 27, I'll give a bit of background, okay? This was not the Archmage of Daggerford. This was an
Oh, it was an
Archmage that arrived at Daggerford
Okay.
as the initial disaster was happening, and he quote unquote slew the fire colossus that was there. But his name, he was known as Melkra Thierg.
Melkra Thierg. Okay. let me retcon a bit of my explanation. Apologies, DM.
No
As
problem.
the initial outbreak was happening, all these people going mad, there was an archmage that arrived to town by the name of Nelkra. Nelkra Thierg. And it was him that supposedly had slain this beast. No one else could. Nothing else would work against it. But for some reason, this lone archmage was able to take him down for the time being.
What did he do to this thing? Why does that name? Who is that? Does Arthur know a Milkrathir?
Yeah.
Um,
Can I roll a history check,
you
DM?
can roll
Yeah.
history checks for that. Yeah.
That's 7. Huge, big,
All right,
massive,
yeah.
Big number.
Yes.
big number.
Okay,
Love it.
Yeah, you guys kind of rack your brains for a moment and try to think Melkra. I mean, there is a very, very wide variety of varying mages and extremely powerful, high-powered individuals throughout the entirety of Faerun. I mean, just here along the Sword Coast, there are an innumerable number of people. But throughout the entirety of Faerun, you could fill an entire textbook with just their names, from varying places. Now, at least when it comes to the Sword Coast, you guys are thinking, and Melkra is not really ringing a bell per se. And you know, it's not necessarily like all of them are terribly well known, you know, like all of them are celebrities or anything like that. But you know, they have their homes, they you know, and they're at least known on a local level typically. But Melkra, not ringing a bell.
Alright. Can't say the name's ringing any bells here. But what exactly did he do? Oh, okay.
What is kill?
Why? I specifically put it on.
He said he's an archmage, so guess his power level's nothing to really scoff at here, but said it only
Unfortunate-
temporarily took the thing down, got back up.
Yes, it took some time, but unfortunately, with I think I might have been doing Pharoo's voice. Give me a sec. Yes, unfortunately, but even with that amount of time, it's along with the catastrophe happening and the Archmage, well, it is presumed that, well, everyone here falls.
If we die.
Fine.
To put it very simply, yes. It I feel terrible for saying this, for not having more answers, but what the orb was able to present to me, it is ultimately what I came to you all with.
So, let me sum this up for myself. You're from a different time, and with the help of your party, you managed to come back. But before that, you watched all of us gallivant around, trying to stop something inconceivable. And then we, We died because all the gods died and there was nothing for us to do. And now, you've come here, telling us all this, with not a clue, insight, or anything really to go on. That about sum it up?
Farouk's gonna pause for a second, look down. He'll look back up and simply say, "Yes, you were all allotted a need of extra time to figure something out, or discover something, or to solve some issue. And I believe in the time that Edelbrand and Winter and Kronk and all of them were in, what was it, Barovia? I believe,
Parker nods to confirm.
I believe the time that you spent there and the time that had passed here are different. I believe that the amount of time that had passed here was substantially reduced due to my wish. And I believe that's why you were a little dumbfounded at first, Edelbrand, when the guard had told us what day it is. It's because of that wish I had made. I believe that amount of time, presumably a few weeks, maybe at best, that is all the amount of time I was able to gather for us to, well, to fix whatever's to come.
Even if what all you're saying is true, why us? What exactly makes us so special?
Through his Drew's gonna look.
Not to downplay our accomplishments or whatever it is we've been able to do up till now, but I mean, come on. Helping prevent the end of the world?
Well, if you would have met the individuals that I associated with before all this, I think you would. I think you would see that it is often the most unlikely of persons that make the largest of impacts.
Well, I appreciate your faith in us, I suppose, but gods dying? Really? I mean, look, don't get me wrong, there is at least one goddess I'd love to have off this planet, but other than that,
there is
what exactly
a god.
is taking all of them out?
There is a god whose avatar died before my very eyes. There was another that gave the last of her power to. DM, correct my lore here if it's wrong. There was one that gave the last of her power to grant Winter's sister a fighting chance.
That's correct.
There is something that is, I suppose, to upplay it a bit. It's not just affecting, this plane that we reside on. It's affecting everything, everywhere, all at once. Sorry, I needed to make that movie reference. Anyway.
God damn it.
I'm not much of a wild saber, but can't deny that the world ending really does put a hamper on my plans. Sure, why not? I'll believe you.
Well, that is most favorable. There are still a few individuals that we have yet to meet, at least from what I've seen. A fighter, one that belongs to an organization. I suppose I should ask either of you if you know of them. Are you aware of an organization known as the Road Watchers?
DM, do I have any idea what this Yahoo is talking about?
Make a history check.
Absolutely, feller. That's 15.
Okay, a 15. Now, Arthur, do keep in mind that you do not have a whole lot of time on the Sword Coast itself. You actually come from the Moonshay Isles. So when it comes to your knowledge, you might not have as much as a native. But you haven't heard of an organization known as the Road Watchers as of yet.
Okay. I can't say the name strikes me as familiar. I'm not exactly from around these parts, see? I come from the islands over on the east. So... No. Alright, friend.
Aelin.
Nat 1, baby.
Baby.
I'm gonna
That's the
play it
first-
as I know what they are, but I could not give you a single detail
Oh,
about them in
no.
this moment in time.
Ugh.
That's one
Yeah.
way to play it out.
And just gonna shake her head.
Well, we are yet to meet a fighter and presumably a monk. Somewhere down the line. Which means that...
A monk, you say?
Yes.
It wouldn't have to be about yay high, look like this. He's just gonna like put his hand down to like 3-4 foot somewhere range.
Maybe it was a bit of like a it wasn't like a top down view. It was like I was looking at a map and all of you were moving around on this map.
I hate you.
Chloe, whatever.
The details are a little ambiguous.
Right, well, do you at least have a name to go off of? Physical description? Anything of that sort? Kind of asking us to go find a needle in a haystack here, friend.
Yes. DM, can I roll a history check specifically only for the monk? That's not what I
Some
wanted to
back
do.
acrobatics.
I just wasted 2 good
DM
rolls on
Pharoo
nothing.
wing slaps Arthur.
Man.
Okay. All right. Was that actually like? Do you wanna?
Specifically to just give out details about the monk, like name, perhaps like any like really defining features, maybe a height,
Yes.
maybe a preferred weapon.
Sours.
Punch.
That is their main weapon. Their main weapon is these hands, rated E for everyone.
Mhm.
You recall that the monk came from. He didn't define what monastery he came from, but apparently he had come on a journey from his monastery on a trip over to Daggerford whenever those events occurred. But that was a Fire Ganassi monk. He he had a bit of a beard on him. and he seemed to be a bit of a what's a good word for it? He knew his way around various elemental techniques. Okay, he could use his ki and channel it through his body in order to create varying elemental aspects.
Okay. I guess the most defining feature about him, he had a rather full beard, and he was sort of a controller of the elements. Monks knowing how to channel their inner powers, he was able to work with various elements, earth, you know. I suppose, and as for the other one, a man clad in rather heavy armor, seemed to specialize in, I don't want to say absorbing hits, negating them, defending. There was not too many defining features about this man. He rather never wears a helmet. I need to pull up my Hero Forge, but I'm not on my computer, so I'm just going to say a very bulky human-looking man. Owns an organization, as aforementioned, the Road Watchers. I was having discussions with who I presume to be maybe a second in command, but it appears that his presence here was made known towards the end of these conflicts.
Right, well, at least we have an organization to go look ourselves into, but suppose aside from that, there's the mechanism by which all this went down, right? Now this creature you're talking about doesn't exactly sound small, but on our way in, we didn't exactly see anything of the sort. You reckon it was summoned here? Was it here already? Is it underground?
It
Something?
was upon us viewing these events transpire. This beast was simply unconscious.
Well, it was
It was
already here.
It was post to the battle between him and the mage.
Alright, okay, so we've got a mage to go track down. Maybe they've got some answers. We've got an organization to look ourselves into, and Arthur's just going to kind of elbows on knees, resting his face in his hands, and rubbing at it. It's a lot to take in.
And it'll pat his head. My darling, life of adventure and all that.
Oh, I've had plenty for a lifetime.
I don't know how to. Sorry, I don't know how to
You're fine.
incorporate the thing that I'm trying to do, but I can't because I have no reason to do it. Sorry, just keep going.
No, you're okay, you're okay. Now I'm curious.
As am I.
What were you going to do, friend?
I don't know. What was I gonna do?
What were you gonna do? What were you trying to incorporate and then not do? And what?
Damn, I've only slept a day here, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh my goodness.
The bomb
that
is
have to do with
not gonna
anything?
go off yet.
I'm gonna punch him in the throat.
Do owls have throats to punch? Sure they do.
Owls can turn their head like, you know what? That doesn't matter. I'm not even gonna start. I'm not even gonna go down that path. Let's
Pharoo
continue
twists
this.
his head around 180. Oh gosh. Anyways. Lifting his head back up, he's gonna glance over to Adelbrand. Well, what do you make out of all this? Got our priorities, I suppose. It's clear as
Adelbrand
working
is-
yet, it feels.
Lean back in his chair. And it's once again
Looking at the ceiling.
Yeah,
his arms
like-
crossed.
staring at
Uh,
Pharoo like he's something gross.
oh my
and-
gosh.
Oh, wipe that look off your face. Come on now.
I know that's.
Don't mind him. He's just a bit of a sourpuss.
I know that's. You all must have some more questions, so some of which I can hopefully answer. But might I find a place to take a seat? I've been standing for a couple of hours.
Arthur's going to motion to the open seats.
One
at
of,
the
like,
other
four-
end of the
yeah,
table.
yeah, I'm
there's
sure we
like
have
4 of them
chairs.
surrounding them.
Okay.
All just
All right.
circle.
Fro's gonna sit down. He's gonna like rest his head in his hands and just give a deep sigh. Oh.
Before you carry on, do you drink?
In my previous time, something I hadn't, and even though I've been gifted a second opportunity, I don't plan on wasting it by drinking alcohol. Some tea. Perhaps I should go grab some of that.
Hey,
I
no, come on. There's surely something better to soothe the nerves. Here, I'll go whip you something up real nice. You're gonna love it.
And he's gonna go
Ugh,
up to the bar and order bean juice.
it's coffee.
As Arthur walks off, Froo's gonna keep one hand cupped on his head, and he's gonna bring the orb out onto the table as well. And I'm going to say, oh, Aelin, by the way, if you need a voucher of sorts, here's a magical floating sphere, but that goes by the name of Professor Scant. Professor Scant, this is Aelin. I believe that you have watched the orb with us.
He could have led with that. I'm gonna punch him.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
come
that
back to the
makes,
table and I'm gonna punch him.
that makes it all make sense.
Alright, DM, how long does it take for bean juice to brew? Psych, I already know the answer. Okay. Arthur comes back after a couple minutes.
Addict.
Yes. How much does bean juice cost? Is that another 3 silver?
Let's see. Oh, for bean. Oh no, that's 3 copper.
3 copper? Yo, there. Well, there goes the 3
Well,
copper that
hang
I
on,
had.
hang on.
That's
Are,
awesome.
are you trying to get it here?
Yes. Is that possible?
They do not.
Or do I
have
have to
any
make it to my
here.
I'm gonna
Unfortunately,
scream.
they
Alright.
don't.
I'm rolling for Pharoo's drink.
If only we had the bag food.
If only we. Yep. Okay. Yep.
You got an 82. We're gonna see what we kill you with. Bourbon of dwarf kind. Oh no. Makes the user start to grow a beard. If they can normally, you see accelerated growth. If they can't, a few hairs sprout on their chin. How lovely. I can't wait for it to be
Yeah.
hidden behind an entire bundle of feathers.
Yeah, I don't think Froo technically even has
Just
a
get
chin.
an extra feather.
It's an extra
He's just
feather.
get a slightly
comes back.
a slightly miscolored feather.
He comes back with a mug of bourbon.
I'm gonna look up and.
Orb on the table. Confused.
Oh yes, Arthur. This is Professor Scant. Professor Scant. Arthur.
Good day.
He's a
That is an
Magical-
orb. Oh my god, it talks.
Hello.
Aelin,
Yes.
did you spike my drink when I wasn't looking?
No, that's not much fun. You're more entertaining when you're sober. Aelin's gonna pick up Scant.
Well, I'll take that, I suppose. He's gonna take his seat back next to Aelin.
Are you? Would you mind if I used him for conversation every now and then? Would that be all right with you, Professor Scant? Like looks at it, looks at Pharoo, uncertain.
Well, I'm not his. I mean, I'm technically his guardian, but he's far older than I am, so I trust his ability to make decisions.
Right. She's gonna
Oh,
blink.
you don't have a body. Well, I guess the orb could be considered a body. Regardless. What
Awesome.
are you? For what? It's a fair question. Professor Scant, right?
That is I.
What are you a professor of exactly?
Oh, good question. No one ever asked me that before. Well, I am called a professor
Kind of shoots
because...
a glance at Pharoo.
I am called that because, well, I specialize in a couple of rather unique subjects.
Those being.
Well, I'd be happy to give you a full summary on the Tarask, for instance, or perhaps vampires?
Oh,
Had my fill of vampires, mind you. But Tarask. So, okay, hang on. He's gonna like rub the bridge of his nose and just kind of take a deep breath. You'll mean to tell me you're a professor on different creatures, monsters,
Oh, well,
beings?
certainly not just those two. I've got one final specification that I was designed for.
Go on.
You probably would not be familiar, but I specialize in the Netherese Empire.
Yeah, that's a history check.
Yeah.
Well, they're making. Oh, actually, never mind. I'll probably get my answer.
God
That's a 21
damn it.
DM. Oh my
I give up.
goodness.
I'm not making any more history shit.
Ugh.
Quit.
No.
I haven't hit a dice this whole time. I'm chilling. I haven't.
Man.
Yeah, it's good over here.
I'm
My
sure it
thirst for
is.
knowledge has broken.
Goodness.
Alright, DM, how we looking? Netherese
Okay.
Empire.
So, that, basically to Arthur, that's like thinking about like, oh boy, frickin' ancient Egypt, basically.
Gotcha.
That is old
You ever heard
history.
of pyramids?
Yeah, that
Okay.
the Netherese Empire. It is said that at some point, a very, very long time ago, there was a human empire that once basically brought the entire rest of the world to its knees through the use of arcane magic in a time in which magic flowed much more freely from the weave. There's a heck of a lot to know about it, but again, it's like this is stuff that only gets looked into by historians and potentially
Magical floating
archaeologists, or in a certain variety of cases, people who like to adventure and delve into ancient ruins and stuff like that, where powerful artifacts might be found that still remain from the Netherese Empire way back when.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you're talking about that whole ancient magic civilization? That was ages ago. What do you mean you're researching all that? Thought they were lost with time. He's gonna glance over at Aelin. You mean you don't? What?
Nothing.
Oh, it's nothing. Sure.
Anyways, continue on, Pharoo, or Professor Scant.
So, professor of an ancient civilization and various creatures. Right.
Yes, those are what I was primarily designed to have as my area of expertise.
And you wound up in the care of Pharoo here when he was, I guess, in the area? Where the hell have you been?
Professor Scant was nothing if not a savior, a sort of perfect guide for us through the Netherese Empire.
You went there?
Yes. Well, originally we had actually found Scant on the on a sort of glacier or an island. Was home of a demi-being known as. Fru's gonna like go to say the name, then he's going to pause for a second. She is a maiden of winter. A very strong being with a lot of power underneath her fingertips.
A goddess.
Yes, the very same one that initially had taken the life of Winter's sister Lavinia, and nearly mine too. It was in those final moments that I had spent in Icewind Dale and the Netherese Empire that, well, without the help of a certain sorcerer friend of mine, I probably wouldn't have even been able to make it back here. Everything would have been lost. Farou's gonna, like, you can see Pharoo start to disassociate as he, like, is presumably going back to that part where there's just, like, an icicle needle, like, inches away from his eye.
He's gonna clear his throat a bit. Just. Well, sounds like you've been through quite a lot. My condolences. Sounds as if your friends were ones to cherish.
Yes, they were. I can remember when I first. Phil's gonna like scratch his head for a second. He's gonna like take Scant quick and like pick him up, and he's gonna just like point to one finger up and say, and he'll say one quick second, and he'll kind of turn around over to Scant behind everybody, and he's gonna say, Scant.
Yes, my boy.
Is Scant whispering too, or can we just hear Scant clearly?
Scant is matching Pharoo's tone.
Oh.
That would have been really funny, though.
That was hilarious. Quick, Scant. Yes, my boy.
I'm having trouble recollecting how I met the others. I told you, right?
You had mentioned something about some sort of fallen spire or tower that you had found yourself in out in the tundra, and they had found you inside of it. I believe there was some sort of creature you were beset by.
Oh, yes, I remember. Thank you. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna say, I remember when I first met them. I was in I was delving, I was delving in some sort of tower. I forget exactly the reason why, but I was attacked by some sort of creature, and it just so happens that, you know, right place at the right time.
Matter of happenstance. You know, we got a similar story. He's gonna look over to Kronk, remembering when they first met. Right place, right time. Can definitely say that I'm familiar.
I'm special.
But yes, he is a professor of
Gaylord, oh my gosh.
much long lost history and terrifying monsters. A Tarask, of which I have witnessed a battle with. Um,
What?
and,
Oh, that's rather terrifying.
yes, it was actually fighting that large fire shadow creature that had attacked this town as well. It had found its way to the Netherese Empire.
Right, you keep breezing past that fact as though it's supposed to be normal. How did you... Oh boy. What do you mean
But
that you were in the Netherese Empire? It's supposed to be lost.
yes, and we found it.
You just happened to find the ancient civilization of magic.
Faru's gonna give this most deadpan like stare at this like deadpan expression at Arthur and just uh yes. Granted, we had to fight different factions and creatures and this small black cat that turned out to be somebody's mom or something like that.
What?
Story for a different time.
A black
Um,
cat? What? Somebody's mother. Okay. You've been through quite a lot. He's gonna look over to Adelbrand, hearing the sigh. Something I should know about?
I don't know what he's talking about. Look,
Looking.
what are we doing next? Okay.
That's what I was gonna ask.
alright.
Oh,
what I propose, seeing as how it makes the most logical sense, is I think it's important for me personally to have as little influence as possible in determining the path, because it was the path that ultimately you all followed that led up to, I suppose, sort of what is to come. And somewhere along this, much like a storyteller, I am just here to simply look for patterns and write everything down. Of course, with my expertise in the arcane arts, I will be here to provide a great need of assistance should we inevitably come across some ne'er-do-wells or some creatures of the dark. Um, I suppose what's before all of this, before I fell out of the sky, before I started speaking like I escaped from some sort of asylum down the road, what's, I suppose, was your plan? You had just come from a land far, far away, have you not?
I suppose that's a story better told by these fellows here.
Something
I've
like
told
that.
my bit.
Move. Um. Does Adelbrand even want to explain? No, he does not.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of just shakes his head a little. At nobody in particular. Look, we didn't have a plan. I was half expecting everybody to go their separate ways by now, but if you guys want to keep me around, that's...
Legally, I don't think I can do that.
Right you are, Stella. Right you are.
Okay, well... I want to find
Look,
out some
all
stuff.
those months, I don't think are just going to amount to nothing. We're not exactly kicking you out or anything. I left you at the doorstep of Strahd himself. I'm not exactly keen to just walk away from all that just because I got back here.
He's dead, by the way. Nice.
Oh. Well, shit.
Yeah,
Good on you.
good riddance.
Not to
Anyway,
say that I didn't expect you to have it in you, but can't say I was keen on your odds after I was out of the picture.
Who are we talking about?
he's
Oh, Count Strahd von
Fire.
Zarovich, killer of hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of adventurers.
Alright, so
You guys got
anyway,
really lucky.
He was basically king of the vampires.
No,
We've ended.
No, I like her explanation better. Go on, keep going. I actually
Yeah,
like
we're
this.
doing...
Okay. you've
Stella,
taken
I
it
don't
along
think
swimmingly.
they really need to know everything.
Why not?
We'll tell them later, kiddo. Right, but Adelbrand,
Anyway,
I left you at his doorstep. My goal was to get back to you. After taking down Strahd, I'm a little fuzzy on the details. What were you planning to do? But far be it from me to have you spill all your guts out in front of strangers. That
yeah, he
only
definitely
resent, but
gets a look at the new people. And
look, if you feel the need to tell me later and in confidence, that's totally fine. But look, I'm just saying that he kind of seems a little bashful admitting. I feel at least after all this time, I'm a little deserving to know your plans.
okay, well... Yeah, what for you from the future? What's this? I'm gonna hold up my right hand, which has the funny looking little thing on it.
Okay. So, Pharoo, you see kind of like engraved into, like, almost like a, what are they called? The things they take like a hot iron and,
A brand?
yeah, like a... Adelbrand has a brand.
DM, could I
That
Could I
joke wasn't on
interrupt?
purpose. I hate
could
you.
I potentially interrupt for something urgent?
What's
Adel
up?
Of the brand.
I'm gonna look over to Aelin and I'm gonna say, sorry, Aelin,
Yes.
where's your boyfriend's laptop charger?
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my! I was so comfortable, son of a bitch!
No,
God damn it!
This is your fault.
you could have just told me it was in the bag. It was 6 inches away from me. You could have just told me.
Oh, that's not it. Oh God, is it in here?
Oh my.
Oh no.
Aelin,
We
please.
pardon this interruption with our adventures for some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second, Aelin.
Oh my days.
Thank you. No, wait. I can plug it in over here.
Quick,
I found a way to
Adelbrand, while they're
jerry-rig it.
away, what's the plans?
That's
My God.
oh yeah, while they're distracted.
Yeah, what are distracted?
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Unbelievable.
sorry. DM, back to the canon storyline.
Yeah,
Where
back
were
to the
we?
universe.
What was happening?
Edelgren had asked Pharoo what his head sign tattoo brand thing is.
Yeah, we left off on Adelbrand has a brand.
Yep, very funny.
Got it.
And the fact that that was not a joke on purpose kind of
I-
disappoints me.
Forgot you had a
But-
brand.
I don't think you were here for that. That was at the very end. But
Oh.
yeah.
Very, very.
Arthur's peering over
God
with
bless.
some
Oh.
intent.
He kind of like,
Saying that he probably hasn't seen it
I
before.
just
so.
asked.
Okay. Sorry, because I gotta find where the heck I put this thing.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh, DM, if you need a hand, I just have it right here.
Is that so?
Yeah, I've got a like a quick
Oh,
little
really?
yeah. It's in like the middle of my journal.
Wow.
It's a little. Do you want me to do it?
I thought it, I think I have it. I think. Oh. Yes, just hey, leave that alone.
Dada, that's you.
Yes. Yes.
Dada, you throw this away in your trash can.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, if you've got it, just go ahead and.
All right. Since I've got it, yeah. So for you, basically, he has like a burn scar brand looking thing on the back of his hand, and it's in the shape of. Please stop me if I'm wrong, Liam, but it's like a heart.
That's correct.
With like water or some kind of something like dripping down and like filling it up. Like, yeah, basically a heart that is filled with stuff, or being filled with stuff. Got a little doodle here that I
Yeah,
was
it
given.
almost has this kind of representative effect of like, almost like this teardrop shape that seems to be seeping in through the like top of the heart. You know how like in a
Artistic
typical heart
depiction.
shape. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like right where it kind of like goes into that downward point there. These drops kind of like seem to be dropping into the bottom of it.
Oh, what kind of a check could I do on this? My initial
I
thoughts
don't know,
go to-
man.
My thoughts initially go to history, but I don't.
I was gonna say Arcana. I don't know. DM,
yeah.
what check would it be?
Yeah, DM, could I just like? So we're establishing that take 10s do exist in 5e.
Oh my
They
god.
do.
Okay, now with a take 10, I would just add my bonus to that take 10, right?
That's correct.
Okay, then DM, I'm just gonna go down the list and I'll start with an Arcana to see if I can recall anything about that.
Okay. What's the total again?
18.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure in the Dungeon Master's Guide that there's not anything extra. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. So on an 18, looking at this thing, you can ascertain obviously like this brand. If he didn't give it to himself, I mean, you're still not very clear on its origins or whatever, and so you literally just have to go based off of the symbol itself, right? The symbol itself, I mean, it almost looks like it could go on, you know, maybe like a banner or something, or just stand as like some kind of symbol for whether it be an organization or a kingdom or a god. You know, there's such a wide variety of things that the symbol itself could be, but you don't immediately recognize it for any of those. And again, you don't know exactly why he has it, and so it's harder to ascertain, you know, its qualities based off of that.
Beetlebrand, was this something that you were just suddenly aware of one day? When did you first notice it? Were you born and then you noticed it, or?
Squints a little. And what do you know about him?
Nothing yet. I'm gathering information. I am a researcher after all, I think.
Yeah. No, it just happened one day.
It just happened. Okay. DM, we'll try a take 10 on religion, which would be an 18.
All right. Oh boy.
Shit.
No. I'm saying that because you're turning it back on me.
Yeah, you bet I am.
With the take 10s.
I hate it.
Is take 10 in Viney?
It is.
What is a take 10?
A take 10 is basically you're able to. You're not really rushed. You're not really rushed to perform something, so you can spend an X amount of time to basically get a completely average roll on a check.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. Which for you know, those who are really good at a certain thing.
For Pathfinder, if you notice, for if you watch the Pathfinder episodes, you know that Cairo loves his goddamn take 10s and take 20s.
Look,
Yes.
I'd like
plenty
to
of
be
times.
successful
Just didn't really
at something ever at all.
Man.
Man, that's rough.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, right. So,
Yeah,
Right,
it's
right,
it's
right.
not called take 10, but it just says to speed things up, assume a character spending 10 times the normal amount of time needed to complete a task automatically succeeds. So essentially, if you have the time, if you have the time to do something that you can succeed at,
Then you just do it.
yeah, you can just do it if you have 10 times the, yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, anyway. So,
This is from the DMG.
in a religious sense,
in chat.
you're you kind of like do a quick think of a list of gods, or deities or whatever that might kind of fit that description. They specifically a heart like this. It's you're like, well, maybe it's like a god of the love domain. You know that on top of several other things, there is Sahanin Moonbow. Is a love deity. You know that the goddess Soon is a love deity. But you don't recall ever seeing symbols for either of them that denote that. So
Okay.
you know, you're just trying to think of it. You're like, okay, what about the goddess Sheila? No. Kiltzi. Actually, that's a goddess from overseas, and even then, it's just not the type to have a symbol like that. So in terms of like the love domain, no. And so you're just trying to comb through everything you know, and this is a hard one. Even on an 18, it's very hard to
Okay.
know what this symbol could mean.
Tell me, Edelbrand, if you are one to give out personal details, what of your mother and your father? What has come of them?
I don't think we really need to get into all that. We found a few here that are magically inclined. We could just try to identify whatever this is, right? Just
Well,
gonna look over to
Edelbrand,
Winter, Aelin.
Edelbrand is curious of this scar, is he not?
Sure, but asking a man about his family, that's a little personal, don't you think?
You would be surprised at how influential one's heritage is with things that are not common everyday occurrences. Perhaps there's some relation between them and the gods. I'm like losing Faroo's voice. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Dude, I keep losing Arthur's. I keep slipping out of it. Like, no, please.
It's not that. I'll tell you. My parents weren't special.
Right. I suppose I don't know if this is coming with some level of prejudice or bias, but do you know of Ewalt, the one I keep mentioning?
Yeah, I know you won't.
What's your relation to him?
Wait, you all.
I already told you.
That's your brother, right?
Yeah,
Talked
that
about him
is.
once or twice.
Right. And finally, DM, with that last bit, I'm going to take 10 on a history check.
Hey, DM,
Oh my
didn't we
God.
already tell him that, like, yesterday?
We did. Yeah,
As a-
that's
well,
what happened.
As a matter of fact, what I remember, and I already know, not been the best at paying attention these last few weeks. I know that I think I know that Winta is Lavinia's sister, but I don't
Yep.
know if I pieced it together that Ewalt and Edelbrand were related.
Well, it wasn't a matter of
You will
piecing it together.
definitely
I'm pretty
told-
sure Edelbrand mentioned, and Ewald had talked about it on their.
You will
adventure.
definitely mention
Okay,
it.
then
Edelbrand
yeah, then
probably didn't, but
that's definitely just my chaotic fucking
That's
nature
okay.
last session. My
Icewind
bad,
Dale was a
guys.
long time ago, so.
we're chilling.
Well, I
I
thought that was the case, but I didn't want to
don't-
outright say it. Okay,
No worries, no worries.
DM
Arthur
18
was
on a history
asking
check.
if he had
Oh,
anyone
sorry.
around that could use identify on the marker. Or on the brand, rather.
Okay, 18 on a history check to ascertain what, Pharoo?
Sorry, Arthur. Just to
All
see
good.
if I remember it or if I've seen it before, if there was any association with it and perhaps Ewalt.
With it. Oh, the symbol. Okay.
The brand.
Yeah.
The Adel brand.
Yes. Edelbrand brand.
EP.
Gosh.
So for you, Walt, an 18 on history, you don't recall any thing having to do with that symbol when it came to him. No.
Okay. This is definitely some mysterious symbol. It just appeared. I was thinking that it might have been from perhaps a deity of love, but the pattern itself, it doesn't represent any god or goddess associated with that domain. Uh, I initially thought perhaps this was a clan or a family insignia, but nothing is quite coming to mind. I I do find it very curious that it's just appeared. Um, Arthur, you said perhaps we could try using some magic on this, see if there's anything that might tell a story.
Right, well, I'm not exactly the most adept of spellcasters when it comes to such things like that, but I do know there are some that could help to identify the nature of certain things.
I believe that I am one that is able to do that.
Oh, really? You cast spells too?
Oh, absolutely. I am a professor from the college, the Arcane College of Neverwinter.
Oh, shit, you
Um,
don't say. What's your
yes,
specialty?
conjuration and evocation. But I do specialize, or I do generalize, and do a little bit of everything. Here, let me try
Sweet.
this. DM, I'm going to attempt to cast Identify. However, it will fail.
All right.
What? Why will it fail?
Wait. Hold on. Let me try this one more time. I'm just gonna, do my hand signs, and then I'll kind of blast it out. And nope, nothing will happen. No sparks, nothing.
Are you just
What?
out of spell slots, or wait?
No, I am not out of spell slots.
Be long rested, yeah.
Arthur's gonna raise a brow, kind of look up at him. You said you were in tune with the weave.
Oh,
What's going on there? Performance anxiety. It's okay. It's common in men these age.
hold on. Let me try something. DM, I'm gonna cast invisibility.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's working just fine. What is going on with me?
That is an excellent
I'm a-
question.
I'm gonna snap invisibility off, and I'm just gonna say, well, it appears that there's something that has gone awry with me going through time. A lot of my
Alright, that's
most
different.
used spells don't seem to work.
We'll get back to this, I guess.
It's a bit concerning. He's gonna look over to Aelin instead. You wouldn't happen to know Identify, would you?
Not in my repertoire. I detected this magic, but that's about it.
Likewise. He'll glance to Winter. And happen to have that in your back pocket?
Good question. Let's check.
I don't think she would. If she's full cleric, I don't think it's in the
Well, it's
spell
not
list.
like
I
a
believe you're
list.
right. She
Yeah.
shakes her head no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe me,
Crossed his arms
I
and
checked
huffed
more than
just a bit.
once.
Yeah, no worries. Right. Well, most I can do is, I mean, if it is a curse, I could try to remove it, or
Maybe
if it's
Kronk has
magic,
it.
I could try to dispel that. You know, I really don't think he does, little one.
Imbecile.
Darn.
You mind giving me your hand? Let me take a look.
I look at Arthur.
He'll raise his hands. You
I
can
don't
trust me.
bite
He doesn't bite. Well, you. Yep.
much,
The brain
but
cell. Oh goodness.
I will extend my hand tentatively.
he's gonna take his hand. Damn.
Yeah, Arthur's definitely taking a peek.
Can I roll a history with the stuff that Aelin knows? Does this look like anything that she has seen?
Brain to brain. God.
Very well.
The name of this.
Do this.
Sorry.
My
I beg
next
you.
D&D character.
Every time.
On a
You know
10,
what?
I'm afraid not.
Hold on.
Wait,
Give me 1 second. Can I actually fix that? Alright. That's fine, DM.
Okay.
As someone who has my own tattoos, this is strange. She's gonna let his hand go.
okay, well, I point
You,
at the beginning. Oh,
You
what's
reckon
up?
letting me try something out there, friend?
Does anybody else want to do anything? I give Art my
He's gonna kind of take hold and wipe his hand over the mark itself and use a casting of Remove Curse. See if anything happens.
All right, Arthur. You step up and lay a hand over Adelbrand's as you mutter the incantation, and a green glow kind of seeps out, and like it kind of like trails from your fingertips before creating these lines in the air, and they cross each other and make all these different patterns and shapes as your hand closes over Adelbrand's, and as you lift your hand away, it remains.
Right, okay, well, if it's not a curse, then maybe it's just simple magic. Here, let's...
It's not a
yeah,
curse.
he's gonna do Dispel Magic instead.
I'm not trying to get rid of it. I'm gonna
What?
take my hand back before you freaking.
But...
Just want to know what it is. It's not. It's not. It's not just like a. All I wanted to get at, right? I have some stuff I'd like to find out. And now that we're back out here, I'm free to actually go do that instead of, get chased around by zombies or whatever. So, plus I've got to take care of her, and I nod ahead at Stella.
Look, I got my own goals in mind that don't exactly involve any of you, but... Well, given all this end-of-the-world nonsense, that's kind of been put on pause. As much as I'd love to help you, kind of out of luck on that. So unless that's related...
Okay. Well, does anyone have an idea of where to go, or are we?
Well, look, alright, I don't exactly consider myself a leader, but I was at least at one point a captain.
Sticking together?
My thought at current is we go find ourselves those two fellows that Pharoo was talking about. Elsewise, we could go try and ask about that archmage that may or may not show up at some point somewhere. Which is sure a hell of a lot to go on.
I suppose it might be a good idea to gather up an army early. It will take a lot of convincing, especially if these are individuals that we are just finding on the road. I mean, I know that it took a bit of convincing just to make all of you see sort of what this path is leading towards. But then again, I also do have a lot of evidence to back that up. Isn't that right, Scant?
Quite right, dear boy.
Well, we can, like you said, Arthur, we can go look for the Dark Mage, we could go look for the other two, or we could try and figure out what's going on with Adelbrand's condition. I hope it's not mage.
It's not mange. Gah! You're just great, huh?
Oh, well, I'd like to inquire at least a little further about this whole end of the world nonsense. You were mentioning that we were in the town when it happened. I'd like to ask if there's anything you're possibly leaving out of the picture here.
In terms of important details, I think everything was much covered. I don't believe that.
Well, at least about that Archmage. Seems he
Yes.
at least kind of knew, at the very least. Not maybe
I'm-
what this thing was, but knew about
I'm.
possibly taking it out.
Not that I can recall.
Right. I reckon he
I'm.
was summoned here. Under orders from somebody?
If it is, if he was, then. Well. We have much more work to do than even I originally anticipated, which presumably was a lot of work.
Right. Well, you are kind of the man for the future with the answers.
I'm a man from the future with no answers. Again, I am simply brought here to tell a story. And the story has been told. And now, well,
And then now might be a good time for the zone. Gosh, Winter.
Oh, Zone of Truth? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Winter and I are talking about. Hello, DM.
Does
What's
she
up?
have Zone of Truth?
Yeah, it's a cleric spell.
Well, yeah. But
Are you telling her?
Well,
to
we were
use
talking
it
about
now?
it yesterday. Yes, I just said. Hey, Winter,
freaking
now
hell
might
is
be
Zone
a
of Truth?
good time for the zone.
I don't know if it is. She says as she glances around.
Why not?
Because performing interrogations on a bar bench isn't good manners.
what freaking
Said
level is
anything
Zone of
about an
Truth?
interrogation. Second.
Second level? Oh. there
You
it is.
have. You should.
I have access to that. I can interrogate it in a bar.
Alright, we're fine. Then never mind.
Oh
But
my gosh.
Pharoo, I'm not really sure I buy that the world is ending in 3 months, and no one has any idea, just because you say so. Maybe no, you won't.
it'll Brent, I believe that this right here is exactly the mentality that you should hold. I believe for everything to play out accordingly, I believe that you should take everything that I say with a grain of sand. I believe that everything that I have told you should not influence you.
Well, that should be easy.
And I'm going to turn to the rest of the party. I believe that it should be the same for all of you. I believe that just by going as you were, as you have come back from this land, as you all have met up, as you will all meet people on the road. For now, I think just to help us find our way, you should consider me no more than just another lone traveler looking to find companions along the way. And I hope that even with all of these mad ramblings, that you will see to it that I get to journey along with you.
Suppose with the world at stake, the more firepower we have is nothing but a benefit.
I'm gonna look over to the rest of the party and just kind of see what's going on their face.
At which
Aylin's-
point, okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Aylin's leaned back in her chair. She's looking at Pharoo, but almost looking past him at the same time. She's more focused on what he's saying and the words of magic and all of this. She's very nonchalant about it. This is just a typical Tuesday, apparently. It's about much for Aylin.
Are you just going down the list?
You got Kronk and Adelbrand left to read. Winter,
I don't know.
if you want.
What are we reading?
Your reaction to everything Farou's been
All
talking
this,
about.
yeah.
Well, Kronk is currently getting fucking smashed with the ale.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, dude.
My boy. I got Kronk a pat on the
My
back.
king.
Okay, Adelbrand basically still looks skeptical and vaguely hostile. Yeah.
Parker will sigh and kind of like cup a hand by his mouth, leaning between the two. Don't you worry about him. He always looks that way.
Oh, I missed you so much.
Missed you too. Look, I'm not asking you to trust him. I hardly do myself. Not asking you to believe him. Just
You do.
not entirely. A lot to take in, that's for sure. But, well, look at him. Why would he have any reason to lie? There's really no benefit in him telling us, hey, the world's ending, and I need your help. What exactly is there to gain out of that? Otherwise, it would just be a widespread panic if it were any commoner, right?
Victor
I
speaks up.
say there's... Oh,
Just
go on.
kidding.
No?
Okay.
Okay.
Go on,
Uh,
DM Victor.
All right, sure.
Victor.
Victor.
I don't think you ever properly answered Arthur's question. Why are you coming to us, anyways? Just because they were related to the people you were with? What makes them so qualified?
Happenstance. I'm at a loss for words, truly. There is... It's a torch. It's a passing of a torch. It's a torch that was carried by those that happened to cross this information. Buck, Amon, Alaria, Walt, Lavinia.
Okay, but why not some archmage or something like that? Why not someone way stronger than they are.
Because according to the events that we had witnessed, the only ones not susceptible to the events that have transpired were, well, it was all of you. Even the strongest of mages within, what, 100, 1,000, 10,000 miles. If I had not seen them at the Netherese Empire during that large-scale battle where they all were all trying to stop us under the thumb of the Frost Maiden, well, they were here trying to do the same thing. They were aiding this creature. They were falling to madness. But somehow, in this city of which becomes hopeless, it is these individuals here that are that beacon. What makes them special, I don't know. What gives them more qualifications to save the world than well-trained guards and mercenaries? I can't say. It is the fates that have brought me here. And no, I'm not going Fatebreaker pun. Shut up.
Lincoln Park, please.
Okay.
Alright. So. No, you know what? I think I've heard enough about that, actually. If we're sticking together, where are we going?
Well, are there any other major cities around here that might get us some better information than here? Do you have a map?
Out of here.
I do. And will
Wait a
open her
minute,
map case.
You're coming? You're not just...
That owes me a lot of gold, so until that's settled.
Dude, are you serious?
Listen, it's a bit of a story, alright?
And Aelin will pull out a map of the sword coast.
Oh my gosh.
Just give
Well.
Arthur a look.
Well,
He just shrugs, kind of hides his face a little.
Oh my!
What?
damn, DM.
He's on that.
That was smooth.
Whoa.
Impressive.
Let's go.
Look at that.
I have them for when
Come
you
on.
need them.
Come on, focus in.
Where are we?
We are in Daggerford.
Okay, yeah, but where is that?
Look.
Oh, there it
You
is.
gotta
There it
look
is. Yep.
Yep,
Oh,
there you
and you're
go.
gone. Okay, bye. Bye, laptop.
We are in
This
Daggerford.
map
Tries to land a
is
single PNG.
massive.
Yes, it
It
is.
sure is.
Oh my gosh, this is huge. I didn't know how zoomed in I was.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
if it gives you some indication, Arthur went from. Oh my gosh, if it'll actually draw. I don't think it will. Oh my gosh.
Well, I suppose
Arthur
the
went
next.
that way.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
No,
Aelin.
you're good. Go.
That's not what I wanted. I wanted to measure. Oh my goodness.
Um,
Whatever. Yeah, Arthur went this way.
hold
30
on.
feet.
Let me open the
Easy.
thing and get to the thing. I know exactly what I want to say to see to be able to see it. Come on, buddy.
There we go.
Well, if you're looking for arcane information and in general mages, Silvery Moon, and she points all the way to a different part and goes, that's the Magic City, Jewel of the
Right.
North, if you would.
Where?
I'm still trying to
Jewel
load the
of
map.
The north.
Ah, dang, Icewind Dale's on this map. You can see
Icewind
all the
Dale
stuff.
is
That's so
way up
cool.
there with Kelvin's Cairn, yeah.
Man,
10 towns.
towns.
Yeah, dude.
I've been there. Alright, anyway.
You've been there.
Silvery Moon is somewhere around here, but my map refuses to load, so I'm just gonna hope and pray it's around
Oh,
there.
I see it actually. It's right here for
I-
those of you who have sight at the minute.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Dude, this map is huge.
Oh, it's overheating.
Laptop tries to load one image above 1080p. It
Oh god,
explodes.
it's really warm. Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, I do see Silvery Moon on the other
Yeah.
side of the Evermoors there.
Arthur, or God, even I'm doing it. Adelbrand said,
Yeah, man.
wait, what about Candlekeep? I thought.
Candlekeep is a giant library. We could find information there, but plenty of places. Let me think. Sorry. I'm thinking. I'm actually having to think.
Oh my gosh.
Careful, you'll pull something.
You know what? Bite
She
my
tears up
flesh.
the fucking map.
Yeah. I wasn't even
Oh.
Adelbrand. That was just me. I thought it was
It's
fun.
very silly. Very, very silly.
Very silly.
Oh hey, I see Arthur's home from here.
I can see.
There we go.
that.
Candlekeep's every moon. Mm. That's too far. Baldur's Gate won't give us anything. I could go to the Coin City, but that's just asking for trouble, especially considering your wealth, I'm assuming. Hmm. I don't know, honestly. Libraries, cities that would deal in magic that, as far as Pharoo says, is unknowable.
I had always heard Candlekeep. Wait a minute. Didn't you say Ewald was in Icewind Dale?
Yes, he was. Or, I suppose he still is at this moment.
You don't reckon we're going to be journeying up to the north, do you?
No. No.
Yeah, what exactly is even up there?
I
It's a
don't know.
frozen wasteland.
I don't know.
There's far more there than you can imagine.
Well,
I can imagine a hell of a lot.
I would say if we don't have anywhere to go right now, Candlekeep would be a good spot to see if I can figure this out. He waves his hand again, and you guys can do whatever you want with the Archmage or whatever.
Where exactly is Candlekeep? I'm
It's
not
right down
sure.
here. It's just south a little bit of where we are,
Just south.
on the coast.
Dude, I am not seeing it. Hang on.
Beneath Baldur's Gate.
Oh, beneath Baldur's Gate. Okay.
Yep.
I see.
Right there. I'm pinging it.
You're really going to make your way all the way down there?
We've been traveling for a while. Are we not all going? If we're still sticking together, I'll stick with you guys. And I'll just find what I can. But
I do suppose. But, well, here. We can make the journey a little easier if we take this path.
And he's gonna like point toward the sea and just kind of like, trace his hand along the Sword Coast.
And I reckon I could procure us a ship and make ourselves find passage. Might be a little easier than on foot.
Sea travel would be a welcome thing. I suppose it would reduce the amount of conflict we would experience along our travels.
Might be a little prudent to hire ourselves a bit of a crew. You know, a ship might be a little difficult to run with. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 of you.
DM, do I by chance know a tabaxi captain?
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Man, really just trying to bring it all
You're
together.
just really
now.
trying, huh?
Gosh, the only
Spoiler
tabaxi
alert,
captain
she gets
is
like-
way out
She
in the
gets
middle of the
shit
Moonshay
over.
Isles right now doing something
Yeah.
something weird.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll say
Yeah.
she's about like 2 or 3 days away from getting her
Fucking
plot armor
massacred.
removed. Yeah, so I don't know
Well,
if
don't
it's
you
long
worry. You
term.
seem to forget. I used to be quite the captain back in the day.
You were captain.
Hard to believe, right?
A little.
Back in the day, aka like a month ago.
Like 2 months ago.
Yeah, dude.
Oh. Oh my god.
What?
You just will not. Okay.
Are you okay?
It's gonna be okay, Marie.
Are you good?
The Faerun map is so big that it is actively crashing my laptop, and that is the most
Oh
offensive
my
thing
God.
I have ever felt in my life. My
No,
laptop
that's
just
fair.
black screened because it died. It just killed
I'm
itself.
having a ball of a
Oh,
time
no.
drawing over here.
Oh, where are you
Anyways.
drawing, bro? I wanna
Are
see.
Oh, you gotta find it.
I saw that you were
Oh.
crossing
I
out
couldn't find it.
Gunsberg, and now it's Gundam, and you got like the little head there by the Gundam
Wow.
island.
I
Wow.
swear.
Great.
That's actually pretty
I
good.
saw it earlier. It was great. Arthur's going to point out the Moonshay Isles, specifically the island of Moray, the town of Vinegal that's kind of marked there. To be like, oh yeah, see, I grew up right over there on that island. It's not exactly too big, but being part of the Moonshay, it's well, quite the handy skill to know how to sail. So, see, my old man, he was quite the sailor himself, taught me the ropes, literally, and well, got myself a ship at some point, and well, the rest is history.
Interesting. Suppose you are full of surprises then.
I try my best.
Well, what do you say, Hildebrand? Want to get his ship and go to Candlekeep?
Why are you asking me?
As everyone seems to default to you as their leader, apparently.
He's usually the one that knows the lay of the land the best.
Aye.
When it comes to the sea, then, well, even look to me for guidance there.
I'm not in charge of anybody. You can go do whatever you want.
I already told you I'm not quite the leader, but if you really want me to take the reins, then I suppose I can. Righto! I'll go procure us a ship. You all just wait here.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, what is it that you got me? I'm gonna take a sip and I'm gonna immediately spit it out,
Oh my
and I'm
gosh.
accidentally going to spit it on. How many people are here right now? 6?
Goodbye.
Please don't spit it on
Lena.
one of the kids.
I am accidentally
Right.
going to spit it right into Adelbrand's face.
Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Okay, so I just got a mouthful of.
Oh, this is vile. What did you? I'm gonna feel my beak for a second. What the hell is this?
What are you talking about? It's bourbon.
Stands up. That's it. I'm gonna kill him.
Oh my god. Arthur's gonna quickly gonna like hold his hand out. No, you don't.
Aelin
I'm
will wave a hand.
kidding.
Aelin will wave a hand across Adelbrand with prestidigitation and get him cleaned.
Arthur's gonna hit up calm emotions.
Really?
Yeah, he's gonna be like, down, kitty. Calm yourself. He's
What's
gonna
the save?
I don't actually
Charisma
know.
saving
Hang on.
throw.
It's a charisma saving throw.
Creature can choose to fail. Absolutely not.
Don't you ever tell me to calm down!
Oh, this is great. This is great.
You can make a target indifferent about creatures, their choices, hostile, opponents, blah blah blah. Okay. What's your save, Arthur?
I'll save 16.
Alright.
Oh my gosh. Nice.
8. Beautiful its face, guys. Blake.
I think once we get the recording of this, I'm gonna clip that. All right, I'm gonna kill him.
Kill him. Please do.
Please.
Face,
I
guys.
miss
Blake.
those outros deeply.
I sit back down, and I believe I have 1 minute of.
Oh my gosh, 1 minute for me to not die.
Yeah.
Alright, Arthur's gonna like have his hand out, kind of just concentrating on keeping this up as best he can. And he's gonna look to the others. Alright, I don't have a whole lot of time before he tries to jump over this table and slit my throat, so I'm gonna be going out and getting us some free passage, right? Sound good? Awesome, great. He's gonna like snap his fingers and dash out the door.
What's his deal?
And once he's gone, the calm emotions drops.
Pharoo, you come back to Pharoo like cleaning his beak off of the bourbon. He's gonna like take a look over at you and say, "Oh, Adelbrand, I'm so sorry. Here, let me."
It's kind of slowly. His face morphs into like, I just ate a lemon, and.
Oh my gosh. This is dandy. Anyway. Where is it? Here it is. I haven't used this since Barovia.
Dang! We aren't in a single tiny little spot, and so that's actually gonna do something that's insane.
Crazy. Last time I used it was to get us a boat to get across a lake, and then you fell in anyway. Good times.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
How do you not remember that?
I don't remember.
Dude, it was hilarious.
Okay.
But yes, Arthur is going to go use that sailor knowledge of his and go find a way to get passage for his friends.
Very well, Arthur.
For free, because he's very persuasive.
Wow.
Of course.
You love that. We love it. We love it.
All right. Well, Arthur, you kind of make your way out, and you've been here in Daggerford before, so you know the soonest you can get to the route, depending on which route you go, to the docks, depending on which route you go. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, you take a step outside, and immediately you're hit by the sun glare as the sun is just beginning to dip behind the western hills. It'll be twilight soon. You make your way kind of along the western wall until you eventually find down on the southern side of town the gate entrance to the docks. You can see that there's a few people. You can see that there are a few wearing like white shirts and baggy pants. One has like a crew cut, the other one has a shaved head. The one behind them has his hair like what do you call them? Where you like frizz up your hair so much that it turns into dreadlocks. There we go. And they're all like carrying up barrels and crates and stuff from that up from the docks and whatnot. You kind of have to shoulder back them in order to get out into the open. There is a small bridge which goes over the moat here in Daggerford, and like as you're crossing over the bridge, you take a glance down and you can see that it goes. It's narrow, but it's deep. The moat itself is probably only about 10 to 15 feet wide in certain areas, maybe 20 in some. but immediately you're hit by like this stench, and you're like, oh, and you kind of like have to duck your head back over, as it does not smell very good down there. So yeah, you continue your way and make your way out onto the docking area.
He sees the one with dreadlocks, and he's just like muttering softly to himself. Oh, maybe I should try that hairstyle for a change. That might be nice. Keep it out of the face. Huh. And he keeps on going.
Yeah. All right. Well, so if you're looking around, you can see there's a small variety of ships here. There appears to be a trio of fishing ships that is kind of like docked closest to you. There is a sailing ship. There is also a galleon that is like on the far side, for like super far travel, stuff like that. But yeah, like there's people that are kind of like hurriedly going about their business, tying certain ropes, getting certain packages. You can see that some are kind of like checking the sails on the sailing boat to make sure that that it's still good for the next trip and everything. So yeah, what are you trying to do?
I am trying to. Oh gosh, there's usually like, oh gosh, not a ship manifest, but like, well, I guess it's kind of like one. There's usually an area or a station where someone's got a list of ships coming in and out of port and their destinations and such. So Arthur's primarily looking for a station similar to that to kind of discern what's going where.
Right. You're looking for like a shipmaster's station.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there is actually one very close by to the bridge that you just came off of. To your left, there's like this low, long building. You can see that the entrance is just in this overhang, and it has this deck that is cluttered with sand. It looks like it hasn't been swept off in a while, but there is a label there, and there is an iron barred window through which you can see there appears to be an individual, or at least the silhouette of an individual inside.
Gotcha. All right. Approaching the barred window, Arthur's going to holler up in there. Just say there, friend. You reckon you could help a wanderer about here?
Huh? Well, not while you're out there. Come in.
Righto. And Arthur's going to make his way inside.
Okay. You can see as you get inside, there is this there's like this plump man who's got curly hair, light brown, and he's got like this button nose. He himself is pretty round. He almost kind of like reminds you of like a cherubim, except like middle-aged,
Yeah. Bit of a
like greasy dude. Yeah.
Greasy. Oh god.
And yeah, he looks up at you and he goes, "So, what you want?"
Well, see, I'm a bit of a shipmaster by trade, but happen to be out of sorts when it comes to passage. I was wondering if you had any ships that might be heading their way down over to Candlekeep anytime soon.
He goes, "Look, young man, this town handles trade. We have ships coming and going all the time. If you want a secure passage for yourself, we don't have any that are specifically Daggerford Enterprise. You'll have to find out with one of the captains, or I don't know. Hopefully you'll get lucky, eh?
Right you are, right you are. You wouldn't happen to have a manifest to those captains now, would you? Might narrow the list down a little easier.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna give it to you because that's confidential. I can give you a few names.
Right. Well, I suppose that would be useful. See, I was a bit of a tradesman myself. You know the Moonshay Isles? Used to work out on the Isle of Moray.
You don't say. How are things
Yeah,
over
you
there
know,
right now?
mostly,
Is the war
most-
kind of died down?
Still kind of going on. I reckon it's on the tail end of things these days. At least when I was a kiddo growing up there, it wasn't too bad. Though it did make trading the lumber a bit of a struggle.
You don't say. Well, with how divided the islands are out there, I I don't know if it's ever really going to end, but
Oh, it'll end one day.
if you say so. Alright.
Kind of gives a nod.
This guy, he kind of like pours through a few papers and he's like, alright, so that's okay. Well, where you looking to go?
Down on to Candlekeep.
Candlekeep.
Just past Baldur's Gate there, by the Cloakwood.
Right. Okay, bit of a ways. Alright. Huh. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Doopa-doopa-doo.
What happened?
He's doing
Oh,
the
Still working on
Sully
the-
poet.
oh my god, dude, that is dedication.
Thank you.
Wait, what?
Thank you for
Holy
sending.
Oh my gosh.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
Dude, you've
Yeah.
gotta be. You drew that? That is so
he's been working
nice.
on that the whole
Oh
time.
my goodness. Ugh.
Ever since you
That
pulled up
reminds
the
me, I
map, I
forgot
saw
to remove
part of
this.
the name of that island get crossed out. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
My one brain cell fired like I must.
Dude,
Neuron activated.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh. That is dedication.
Oh, past DM, I'm curious. Was it this little island here that
Let me take a look here.
that you marked as?
As MFL. Yes, it's
Yeah,
that little
MFL
triangle looking one.
I knew it.
It was the smallest one I could find.
Valid.
Also, it was kind of triangle-y, and I liked that for no reason.
It did
No.
make the brain happy. Big fan. Personally, big fan. My goodness.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Soizaku is very funny. Sorry.
What?
That's the name of the robot.
What's it
the
called?
mech. Zaku.
Zaku too.
Yeah,
Zaku too. I see.
I think Zaku dash 2.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Semantics.
Yeah. That,
I see.
Zakatu, that's like a Pokemon or something.
Zatu is a Pokemon. It's a psychic bird.
I swear.
What? What did I do? Just because I know things, I'm gonna make fun. Uh-huh.
You guys ever played Prescription or Pokemon?
I have seen Prescription before.
No,
I've not
Prescription
played
or Pokemon.
Oh, Prescription. I see.
No, I have not.
Yeah, it's just a meme that people put up. Weird sounding names, and you have to guess if it's a Pokemon or
Oh,
a
prescription.
drug.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Prescription or
Okay,
Pokemon, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Very funny.
That's a very good game.
I see.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to use the restroom real quick.
There you
While the
go.
DM
Don't
loads.
fall in.
I'll try not to.
While the DM is buffering.
I'm actually good to go. So,
Oh, well then get back here. Ugh,
what do you mean, get back here?
not you.
I know. No.
Ugh.
No. Do not go to the bathroom.
Yeah. I need something
Oh
in
god, I have a
mind.
picture.
You're so stupid.
Oh thank god. Open.
Get loaded finally.
I have had to restart it 3 times. This is my 3rd attempt.
Oh, good lord.
Why?
Please do not have that map on Roll20 when I log back in. I am actively begging you.
Okay. Sure.
Computer.
Well, I don't
Patience.
actually, I don't need it on here anymore.
I
now that
don't
you're not
know
looking
what
at the map.
happened.
I mean, you asked for it, right? You know.
I did. I
I
didn't
think
realize
it's
that my
mine.
laptop would decide that it was too much.
That's very funny.
I just need to buy a case. I just need to wait just a couple more weeks and then I can get a case and then I'll have a PC and this won't happen anymore.
Yeah, yay.
PC.
PC.
What are the speckaroonies on it?
I have no idea.
God,
Computer.
Yep,
It's a computer.
it's gonna be in the blue tower case and yep, that's all I know about it at this point in time.
It's got
Oh, yeah.
RAM. It's got storage. Believe it or
See-
not.
It's got a CPU or something, it's got fans, it's motherboard, hard drive, whatever it's called. I don't know.
It's very funny.
Well, my computer's gotten to the point where it's really into fucking BDSM because it won't shut the fuck up until I slam on it. Like, I don't know why, but it just makes this noise, and it won't stop until I literally fucking start beating on it. Then it stops making the noise for about like an hour or so.
Man.
And I don't know if it's a fan or the hard drive, and I really don't want to know.
I mean, it sounds like a fan. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know, dude. Because I
It's-
mean,
'cause-
it just bonking it fixes it.
well, it's the hard drive's right there where the noise is coming from. This is in the like upper front section,
Hmm.
and it's an old hard drive out of like my original computer. So,
Okay.
well,
I don't know. I basically don't know.
I don't know either. The check engine light's on, and we're just going to ignore it.
We're just gonna keep driving.
Bro, so you know the pink or the white and pink car I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how the check engine light's been on that since like 010?
Yeah.
We finally had to fix the problem for
Oh,
North Carolina
man,
inspection.
dude. Because of the
No.
inspection, not because anything actually went wrong.
Yo, like, well, no, that car turned out to be schizophrenic. Fuck.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, I told you that saga, right?
I've heard. I think most of it. The light has just been on forever, and I mean it's been on.
Would chat like to hear the schizophrenic adventures of
Sure.
my car?
What?
All right, cool. We're at Daytona, and literally like the first week I move into the apartment, some motherfucker ran through the parking lot trying to jack people's vehicles with a taser, because if you hit a Chevy in the right spot with a taser, it'll overload the brain box and open the doors.
That
Luckily,
sounds
my car
dangerous.
survived the taser attack, but it turned into a ticking time bomb. I went to, like 2 days later, I went to go pick up my friend at the Daytona airport. Or no, the Orlando airport. And I'm sitting in the terminal, like in the pickup line for like 10 minutes. He comes out, I'm like, cool. The second he gets in my car, the car just stops. Like, it just shuts off.
No.
Oh.
And so it wouldn't turn on. I had to get AAA to fucking tow me out of the goddamn airport.
No.
Took it over to a repair facility. They're like, yeah, we'll fix it. And then I rented a car out of like the rear of a shed, not even like the entrance. Like it was sketch as fuck. Like we
Shed.
yeah, like a fucking warehouse shed. And we go in, we drive up because my buddy's like, they're the only people that are open at like 8 p.m. Like, all right, fine, whatever. So we walk up. We had to walk all the way to the back of the shed. And we got like a 2019 Camry. He's like, oh, okay. Nice car. They're fine. Good price, whatever. Just really sketch location. So what happened was the taser opened a hairline fault in the ignition line from the overvoltage. And when the car got too hot, it opened enough to give a false reading to the key fob and the car would shut off.
Goodness.
And they found that after throwing 3 throttle bodies in it, and it's shutting down on the on-ramp to get on the highway. So I had to put it into the curb to stop it. And then they had to tow me back. So that happened.
When was this?
This was junior year in college. So like 5 years ago? Yeah.
Wait,
Holy
what do you
fuck,
mean
was
5
that 5
years ago?
Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
That couldn't have been 5 years ago.
Good lord.
Wait.
Yeah, and then so
Oh, well, no, maybe.
So we got the car fixed, and then slowly over time, more and more faults would start throwing. Like the mixture was all fucked. It was like there was gas just pooling in the exhaust.
That's
was
really good.
Yeah, that was wonderful. And I don't remember what exactly happened, but essentially, we're home at this point. The car just got to the point where we tried to throw another throttle body in it. Turns out it wasn't a throttle body again. The car just straight up was schizophrenic. Like the brain box was so fried it was firing off codes and not firing off the right codes it should be firing. The mixture and everything was inverted of what it should have been. It was it was bad. So we had to put a new fucking brain in it.
Note to the listeners: don't taste your cars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, once we got to Carolina, we had to do more work and get it fixed. Yeah, D&D.
Anyway.
Also, hi chat.
What happened
Welcome
to the map?
What happened? You don't need it. You're not looking at it.
Yeah, and also D-Dog is Owlin.
I like how you're.
Yeah,
I like how you're.
DDoS is Owlin. Oh, that's so funny.
Man.
I hate it here.
Oh.
Oh, what were you saying, Hunter?
I love how you're saying hi to chat as if it's not just like literally everybody here
Like
that's
us
gonna
in
be
the
watching
future.
this.
Yep.
One other guy.
Hey yo,
Oh,
chat! Drop a subscribe, like, and comment
Yeah,
on the
bro.
video.
Oh my
Be
God.
sure to check out other Hunters YouTube channel. He's got trains and games and shit.
Hi,
Yep.
Dylan. Whenever I bully you into watching this.
Oh.
Poor Lynn. Being force-fed our lore. Anyway.
Always, always.
Wait, who's the camera on? Is it still on Arthur getting a boat? Or
I think so.
Yeah, sure.
Unless
Okay.
DM was swapping POVs.
Alright, no, that's cool.
Okay, so
We cut to. Meanwhile, back in the bar.
He goes, Alright, in the galleon, you've got Goodwin Atherton. Sailing ship, over there, Kenneth Bonney. Then in the fishing boats, you've got Roland Cooper, Crofter Farsane, and Coville Smithson.
Righto. Okay. He's like jotting down names in his journal real quick.
All right.
Trying to figure out
If
the
that's being
spelling.
the case, I'll post them up for you.
Huh. Thank you, my DM.
Yes, my player.
Okay. Galleon, that's usually used for trade, right?
Galleons are they're
Big boat.
they're purposed for mass
Yeah.
transport. So yes, they can be used for
Boat.
trade
Yeah.
of large amounts of goods or large amounts of
Okay.
people, or in some cases
That would
animals.
be- Yeah.
They're like basically the next
be
thing
the
down from a
kind of-
full-on warship, and
Yeah.
you don't want to see a warship.
No, definitely not. The Galleon would have been the class of ship that Arthur trained on, so he's most familiar with that. Maybe between that or a sailing ship. Okay. Arthur, having those names down, is going to snap the book closed. Alright, and that completes that. And alright, thank you, my good man. I don't think I got your name.
Oh, my name's Bortus Giatish.
Well, gotta thank you for the information there, Bortish. Now, do you reckon you know where they might be? Or where they like to gather?
He kind of like leans out of his chair over his desk just enough to look out the window, and he goes, "Well, with it being this late, they're probably turning in to an inn. I mean, I can't speak for all of them, but
Right, okay. Well, I appreciate the information regardless. Alright, I'll see if I can find one of these fellas in the morning.
all right, sounds good. Good luck."
Thank you.
That
Have a nice
reminds
night.
me, I gotta close this place up. All right, can you shut the blinds on that window? I'm gonna start locking up in here.
Oh, sure. He's gonna head on over and close the blinds.
All right. Yep. And grabs a jacket off of a coat rack and puts it over himself, puts a cap on, and is like, "All right, that's it for the late 20th." As he kind of follows you out the door, takes out a ring of keys and locks the door behind him. All right.
He's gonna
well,
take mental note of the day there.
I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe. And with that, he kind of just like merrily stomps off of the dock and starts whistling on his way out.
Sing around, Bordish. There's no wave off. Head on back to the tavern.
It's Bortis.
Bortis. My bad.
Yeah, Bortis Giatish.
Giatish.
I'm not gonna say it.
Damn.
God
You
damn
better
it.
not. You better not.
For you. I'm sorry.
You better not.
Do it.
I couldn't let that one get passed over. God. Okay, anyway.
I was at
That out of the way, Arthur is heading back to the tavern where he's probably gonna get his throat slit by Edelbrand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all right.
So what's
okay.
everyone else been up to while he's getting free passage?
Yeah, sure. Is there anything in particular you guys are thinking about?
I guess really quickly this. So Arthur owes you money. I'll look at this new lady. What's the deal with her?
I had a run-in with some bandits on the road, lack of sleep and all that. Arthur wanted to play hero, scooped me up like a true knight in a story, See her roll her eyes for a sec. Cast fly on the horse, got us to safety, but cost me my horse and a quite expensive piece of equipment, so I've decided that until the debt's paid, he's a sort of bodyguard, if you would. Just make sure I don't get my throat slit in the middle of the night.
Alright, guess he's fine, but whatever. What's one more? We already have 12 people following us around.
Oh, come on. You're not that grumpy. Come on, you like it.
Yay.
I have a feeling I'm gonna hear that sigh a lot.
Perhaps you should start keeping track.
Okay, so anyway, I guess. I don't know. We've got a while. Damn, what time is it? When did we get here?
Okay, you got here in the late afternoon.
Okay.
So
Did anybody get
it
us
is,
rooms?
getting deeper into the evening currently. That has not been discussed at all yet.
Okay. I assume we're getting rooms for the night.
I'm agreeing with that.
Are they in a tavern?
I'll kill you.
I just wanted to
I don't know!
specify.
Do they have rooms here, damn?
So, as it happens, this place, as a 3-story establishment, does have some rooms.
Cool. Great.
Yeah, you guys bought rooms from here the other night.
That was a different place.
Was it?
That was in the last
Yeah,
town,
we
yes.
just walked here. We all met here. Actually, Kronk, what's the deal with your bank account? That would be a good time then.
Oh. We have a joint mutual fund. So yeah, we got money,
Okay.
but you're gonna have to go through me, and I'm gonna have to authorize the purchases. I ain't gonna be buying everybody's tab and everybody's hookers, unless you give me one as well. But I think you understand what I'm getting at.
Alright. Did the lady tell you how much it was?
Yeah.
Did you remember?
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm just gonna kind of look at Anal Fran like, really?
Well, I thought you said we were fine now.
Yeah, we are fine. That's
Alright.
all y'all need to know for right now.
Alright, great. That's fine. Throws his hands up. Whatever. Okay. Good to know. Guess we'll leave whenever I take it to the boat. And we're set for our next plan.
All right.
Oh.
Whose kids are those?
Well, it's obvious. The cats.
Not
Oh my
not
gosh.
like that. No.
Super Papa Kitty.
Throttle. You. They follow us around. They're not actually ours. It's a whole.
Man, poor Stella. Poor Victor.
Hildebrand tries to figure out how to put this delicately.
It's a
Yeah.
whole story, and now they're in your care. And that about someone
Alright.
else?
Weren't great people. So,
Mhm. Fair enough.
stuck
I was
around.
just curious if, one of them was yours.
No, not like that.
That's all I had.
I may not be your super daughter Kitty, but you are Super Papa Kitty.
I
I won't hide.
I've told you not to call me that like 10 times.
I know.
Great.
Oh my stars, dude.
I have a favorite NPC, and I don't care.
Oh man, yeah, she was a delight in Curse of Strahd.
You
It's
love
great.
Stella.
We love Stella.
I really like her.
What was up for you? Was that anything important or?
Oh, Farouk just chuckles and he just kind of
Yep.
says under his breath, "That is truly precious."
Victor rolls his eyes.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Alright, well, that's all I wanted to ask. You know, you're just content to sit in awkward silence.
Okay, so you're not purchasing rooms.
Oh, we do get rooms. Yeah, for Gorg. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the kids is 7. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So, alright, well, I'm gonna grab us rooms and. Head out soon. And then I go get us rooms. I get 7 rooms.
Okay. So for an inn of this quality, Hildebrand, it's going to be a total of. You're getting. Actually, why don't I do this properly?
Hello, how can I help you?
I'm at that group and I point at our table of
Right,
weirdos.
you had ordered some drinks.
Yeah, we're gonna need rooms for the night too. I think 8 should do.
8 rooms.
Yeah,
That's a
or
lot
7.
of rooms.
Wait a minute. Did I just say 7 or 8?
He said 8 rooms.
No, but like, what did I say
You
before?
said 7 before.
There's
because
5
the
of
kids were
us,
sharing.
Winter and 7, and the kids, so that's 7. Yeah, 7. Adoran says 7 because he's paying attention and he can count, unlike me. Gosh.
Okay.
And one of them's for the kids over there, so we can get like a double bed or a couch or whatever.
All right. Well, that will be 5 gold pieces and 6 silver on top of that.
Alright, fine. I grumble as I dig out 5 gold and 6 silver.
Thank you
Yeah.
kindly. All right. And could I get the names of the room inhabitants?
I'm Adelburn.
Okay.
There's Aelin, I'm pretty sure. And then Gronk. And then
Owlin with an A or an E?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just pick one. And then the kids.
Okay, so a Kronk and then the
Oh, and there's an Arthur. He was here a minute ago.
And Arthur.
My goodness.
And with them. Yeah. I listed
And
everybody.
Arthur. You mean the Arthur Dunn?
We are.
Ugh. All right. So what? You taking some sort of vacation out? And she like glances up at you as she says that, and kind of gets a look at you and is like, "Never mind." In any case, all right. Well, I have you all down. I'll get you your room keys. Just a moment. She goes and gets your room keys, brings them back to you, gives you a smile. As she pushes some like a blonde strand of hair out of her face, and all right. Anything else?
I think we're good for now. I'll let you know. I'll
All
give her
right.
a head nod, and then I carry the armful of chicken keys. And are they labeled, or like you're 2B and you're 2C and whatever? Anyway, I hand them out.
Okay. Well. All right. Okay. Sounds good. Everybody gets their room keys. So in the meantime, Arthur, you're. Oh, sorry. Was there one other thing?
Oh, if we were moving on to something else, that's fine. I was gonna talk to Adelbrand when he got back.
No, we're here until you guys finish with what you're wanting to do.
If there isn't anything else, as Adelbrand comes back and he gives me the key, I'll like twirl it on my in between my fingers, and I'll just kind of look over to Adelbrand and I'll say, Adelbrand, the young ones, did you have a plan for them, or did you plan on taking them with you?
It was right in front of them, right?
Yep.
Like, well, what does they do? Well, I'm not just going to leave them.
You say that again?
I'm not just going to leave them.
I mean, I suppose, but this is a rather dangerous journey we're about to embark on. Not to discredit whatever happened in those far-off lands. Aren't you concerned for their safety?
He actually does think a little bit. Actually hearing you for once instead of just... Alright. I think we can keep them safe, but for now, I don't have anywhere else to go either way, so...
I suppose you're right. Who's gonna... Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, he just... Anyway, hands you your little... What the heck, phone? No. Yeah, hands you your key, sits down.
He's gonna snatch up his key right away, and he'll just kind of get up and stretch and say, well, if this is sort of what our work is for today, I think I will spend a few quiet minutes, hours in my room. Thank you for the room, Middlebrand.
Yep.
And I will take my leave.
Alright. As soon as he's got it, if I could get the rest of you to stick around for a minute. Wait till Arthur gets big. Unless somebody tells me they have somewhere to be.
I do, actually. The tavern.
Okay, great.
Very good. Very good. Wait, so are you waiting for Arthur to get back?
Ideally,
Or...
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been
Unless somebody else is doing something.
I'll take the deafening silence.
No.
As a no. All right. Very, very good. All right. So yeah, Arthur, you head back and everything, and yeah, I mean, things are on the tail end of getting wrapped up for the evening. There's just a couple of people, you know, locking up some of the ramps that go up to the larger ships get taken down, and you, I suppose, make your way back into town. Now you are heading toward the whatchamacall, right? The Lady Luck Tavern.
Yep.
Okay, very good. All right. Well, the sun is just beginning to set, or well, not beginning to set, but it's
Has been
almost over the horizon. Yeah, and so there's just like a few clouds you can see over the walls in the distance that are just kind of laced with this kind of like golden hue to them. It's very, very pretty, and you know, it's those types of clouds that are like that multi-dimensional, you know, like you know, there's a lot of texture to them, and so it's just it's that much prettier, you know, as you make your way. You can hear some of the bot left again.
The bot left. Yep, it exploded.
Fuck you, bot.
Don't yell at it, it'll leave again.
Oh my god.
Just a sec. Why do I hear... What is happening? Just a second.
Oh.
Why do I hear boss music?
It's coming to your house, bro. You cannot sleep, there are monsters nearby.
I don't... Where is the sound in my headset currently coming from?
That is great. What sound are you hearing?
I don't...
Your headset, duh.
Okay.
Got him.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Anyway. But yeah, Arthur, you know, people have at this point been cooking outside. You can smell, even from this point in town, kind of wafting across the wind from that kind of like marketplace area. You can smell like grilled meats and vegetables. You can smell sweetbreads and stuff like that, all kind of like mixing together as they make their way across town, and just like
Shut up, you're gonna make me
interlacing
hungry,
with the
dude.
sounds of
Oh.
smoke, or not sounds of smoke, but smells of smoke, you know. And
That sounds
gosh,
divine.
yeah, it's well, it's definitely nice to be back in civilization, you know.
Yeah. Arthur's just gonna take a moment to kind of slow his pace, and take in the smells, the sounds, the sights. Good to be back.
What the heck is that?
As you say that, Arthur, suddenly you feel the ground rock beneath your feet as something, somewhere here in town, has just made an incredibly large sound.
What the fuck? Okay. Like, okay. Is this just like earthquake shatter? Is this like a bomb just went off, like a fireball explosion?
This definitely that is the sound of an explosion.
Okay. Can I scan around for a smoke plume, any kind of source?
Okay, from where you are currently, yeah, make a perception check.
Sure. Okay. My head is rattling. Sorry. Ugh. I didn't realize how much I would have to turn down the bot. Said perception. That's 14, DM. 14.
Okay, 14. Okay, you know, you suddenly kind of enter into like an alert stance as you know you begin looking around quickly, trying to identify the source of the sound. And a couple of moments later, you are able to see that like a ways in the distance, like far over the housetops, there is currently smoke billowing up into the sky.
Okay. How far away am I from the tower?
So you are about a block away.
Gotcha. I will keep in mind the direction of the plume and then run over to the tavern to go get the others first.
Okay. Now you others also heard this sound. It was not just Arthur. And you know, a couple of like glasses and whatnot, you could see the liquid kind of stir inside, just from the sheer force of it. So yeah. Okay, well,
Arthur busts in the door,
yep,
I
Arthur,
guess.
a few moments later, is going to bust in the door. As, like,
Okay.
you can see a bunch of people, like, kind of like in hushed tones, muttering to themselves, like, what was that? I don't know. You know, people are kind of, like, looking around, worried.
Alright, he makes his way inside, sees hopefully the others. Are they still at the table, or have they kind of spread out? Where are they?
I think Adelbrand actually had everyone sticking around.
Yeah, I was gonna try
So
to
when
see if I
you
could
got
talk to
back.
the group. Of course, we can't have 5 seconds.
No, not at all.
Depends how you define
I was fucking
5
muted.
seconds.
Oh, my days.
Always.
Yeah.
Did you say anything about the rattling before Arthur bust in the door?
Oh my god. Ayla went, what the hells was that? And she's already up on her feet and alert.
Okay. All right.
Anybody
so
gonna
yeah.
respond to that before Arthur comes in?
I get up and get my stuff.
Yeah. And just by the way, as you were out there, Arthur, you know, a lot of people don't really know what's going on, but like even from this distance, like the sound was quite loud, and so you heard like a couple of yelps from people and like slightly panicked, like raised voices and stuff, like, what was that? You know, as people start kind of like looking over, nobody seems to be exactly sure what's happening.
DM Pharoo is gonna dash out of there, but he's gonna be under invisibility.
Okay, Pharoo disappears and he's gone. As he makes his way
Arthur makes his way inside, and I guess we'll be in the doorway as he hollers out to the group. You all heard that, right?
Yeah, what was that?
Not sure. Smoke plume over the south edge.
Can't just...
Listen, so
5 minutes.
Someday I'll be a hero.
It's been 2 hours.
Shut up.
it has been 2 hours.
Alright,
All
you
right.
two stay here. Get your rooms. Here you hand the kids the keys. Don't open it unless it's us. I guess we're gonna
We head on
follow
outside.
Arthur. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Victor, I bet if we try to.
Come on.
Drag
He
off.
drags her off. Yeah. All right. So. All right. So yeah, you guys immediately head back outside. Now, Pharoo, you're already outside. So what's going on?
Well, I'm gonna investigate the area. I mean, right now, actually, what I could do, DM, what's the highest building around me?
The highest building around you. In your immediate vicinity, it's actually the building you're at, because it is 3-story tall, which is taller than most around here.
I'm gonna spend a turn to fly to the top of it so I can get a better vantage point.
Okay, so you make your way up to the top and quickly alight on the kind of like edge of the roof here. Now, looking out, you kind of like look out over the housetops and everything. You know, you can see the market district. You know, everybody is still seems kind of confused and a little bit panicked in the areas that you're able to see them. But as you continue to scan, you see that on the northern end of town, there's something going on out there. Yeah, it is covered in smoke out there, and it's hard to tell, but you can see that where it is emanating from is actually toward the northern wall. And go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay. Hey, DM,
Yeah.
am I able to take 10?
You can, but you'd be better off not.
I'm willing to challenge that belief because watch this.
Okay. Well,
Yikes.
never mind. I was just trying to say that a 12 wouldn't avail you very much.
Well,
But-
neither will a 6, DM.
Okay.
Man.
Oh my days.
Okay, well, again, yeah, like this smoke is emanating from the northern wall out there. Clearly, some kind of explosion, some kind of damage has just happened up there.
My heart is currently racing, but I remember where I saw the damage before, which means that this isn't probably related to what I am looking out for. I am just merely going to keep observing from a distance.
Okay, now you others have just made your way out of the Lady Luck Tavern.
Yeah.
Everybody, stay calm. You know, you see a few guards kind of you know, trying to keep people calm and everything. As a few are kind of like scurrying off to go see what that was.
We're gonna go see what that is, right?
Oh, that's where I
Yeah.
came to get you.
We're just gonna kind of lead the way to the smoke plume.
Follow
Try to-
Arthur.
Trying to
Okay.
get an idea as to what the hell just caused that thing.
So be it. So I'll give you guys a little bit of an idea of your route here. Boom. Bam. Bop. Okay. Let's try that, and let's try that. Okay, go ahead and tell me if you guys can see anything, because I do not know if you will be able to right now.
Something moved. I see darkness.
Darkness,
see.
nice.
The darkness encroaches.
Okay.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
it's
Darkness,
improved.
my old friend.
The darkness has
Okay.
encroached. You're right.
Alright, that doesn't really work then.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I remember anything.
Neither do I.
Alright, nice.
Like I have it in my mind, but if I try to say it,
It's somewhere in there.
like I know
there's
the
something-
lyrics, but like they're in my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second I
Out
open
no
my
sound.
Oh,
Something
son.
remain. I don't know, dude.
something, see you again.
Yeah, yeah. It's in there somewhere.
Nope.
Alright. There, I guess. Okay, so, you guys immediately begin, moving your way toward the source of, the disturbance. Zoom out on your maps.
I am fully zoomed out, my guy. It is
I am
a
also
black
fully
bear.
zoomed out, and there is only darkness.
I see my future, and it is dark.
I refresh my page.
I can see, but it's
No,
pretty
your
dim.
tokens, aren't set to,
I still see only black.
I see.
I see something.
I can see the outlines of the map, but it's black on black, so it's just like a tiny line.
Huh.
I saw the ping.
Yeah, all you guys' tokens are a little screwed up, honestly.
Yeah. What?
Wowee.
Zooey mama.
Zooey mama.
Dang.
You're right.
Man, 10 to 15 years later, and it's still running strong.
What, the Zooey mama thing?
Yeah. Zooey mama.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, hey, since we're working on getting this working, JJ and Jake, Cairo, sorry. Fuck. This isn't even the right
Yeah.
campaign. Do you guys want to do that thing we were planning on doing, like right now?
What were y'all planning?
Like right now?
Like
What?
right
I mean,
I think we should.
I think it's extremely unexpected and it'd be really funny.
Well, right, but I think we should.
No,
save it
no.
because,
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's see once we get
it'll
to
be way.
the.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
curious.
No, it's alright.
What?
You don't gotta worry about it.
No, don't worry about it. Nobody worries about it. It's fine.
I'm
What is
a
happening?
little worried
Well,
about
you know,
it.
it's because, like, you know, and then
I am
yeah.
freaking the frick out.
You freaking
I'm
fricks.
so confused.
When will you learn?
When will you learn?
That your actions have consequences. Your thirst will never be quenched.
Anyway, I can see now, DM.
Yeah, I know. For some reason,
Bro.
switching campaigns really.
Hi,
did-
Bella.
Also, just to be clear, guys, I do have to leave pretty soon
Awesome.
for reorg. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Oh yeah, for New
How dare you.
York.
I hate to do this to you.
Wait, I thought that was next week.
Damn it, almost 2v1 though.
Okay. Yeah, well, hey, if you guys want to, like, start running and then, you know, we stop it there, you know, then we can do that. Unless, of course, you want to know what the smoke is coming out of.
I mean, of course I do.
But that's up to you.
Bro, of course I want to know. Don't you? Aren't you curious?
I
am
would
kinda
love to
curious.
know, gamer.
I'm kind of curious, but you know.
Alright, gosh, DM. We'll follow Arthur to the thing.
Okay, so you guys quickly scurry across town. You know, there's a few guardsmen and stuff ahead of you as they quickly make their way. But you know, you make your way up the street, and you immediately have to hang a left and kind of like wind your way through the houses and whatnot. You take a back alley here before you end up emerging over at the location. So this right here, why isn't it pinging? Why isn't it pinging? Why isn't it pinging? That right there. See that? See that? See that?
The
guy?
tower?
Hold on.
That
Is that a guard tower?
is what currently has smoke pouring out of a giant.
Could you pick it one more time?
I swear, dude. I swear.
This right
I
here.
can't see it. Okay, I
This
see it
right
now.
here.
I'm seeing it. Okay, great. Thank you.
That one. It's that one right there.
My
Excellent.
is it just
Yes.
my screen is still okay.
Here, let me just. This right here.
This. Just so we're all clear.
Oh no.
Anybody's not sure.
I
No,
deleted
we-
my token. How did I do that?
Oh
Bro.
my gosh.
That's what you give to the joke.
Yep.
Oh,
I hope it was funny.
I was
If it was worth it.
Oh my gosh. Can I? Hang on. I did it. I
Absolute
brought myself back.
goober.
Back from the brink of death. Control Z still functions everywhere. Alright, anyway, we're good. We're good. Ignore me, DM. Pillar of smoke coming out of. Is that a guard tower?
Now that you're looking at it, this thing doesn't look like anything like the other guard towers or anything. So what you're currently looking at is I mean, it's a tower. It's built into the wall. But it really doesn't look like a guard tower. You can see that there are what do you call those towers that have like the cone tops on them? You know what I'm talking
Not
about?
Palisades.
No.
No.
I don't know if there's a specific name for it.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, roof. The roof is a cone
Okay. Yeah.
shape. It's angled.
Yes. Okay. Well, not only that, but the tower itself actually like branches out into like 3 different towers, right? And it's actually up within the largest of these 3 smaller towers that this plume of smoke is currently emitting. This thing is probably about 3 stories tall or so, with the uppermost things being a little bit taller. That is what you are currently seeing. Just a second, because my Roll20 just broke for no reason. Alright, nice, thanks. Okay, let's see here. I know Winter's got a really good passive perception. Who else
Mine's
does?
decent.
I have a good one.
Okay. Alright. You can just hear from somewhere up in there, like, Gods! Damn it all! Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, so we'll go ahead and cut it there, guys.
You can. So I want to know what the thing is.
I bet you
You're
do,
stupid.
but you gotta leave, so yeah.
You're dumb.
Gosh, imagine just.
Or you still can't see.
No.
You can't.
There you
I'm sorry, you can't. Okay, all right. I mean,
I
sure.
think
It's supposed to be black.
You're-
You don't have a token out here, I don't think. If you
Oh,
do,
okay.
you'd
It
have to
most
zoom out,
certainly
and it should be by the
does.
bar.
Here you go.
Top left corner.
Pharoo.
There I am.
There you are.
Thank you, Roll20, for automatically changing my sheet when I never asked you to, and now you screwed up the whole thing.
What did it do?
I don't even know, dude. It did something to my attacks, and now... stupid garbage. I'm not dealing with this right now. Alright, well...
Pump, pump.
Pump up.
Are you kidding me? Alright, well... Yeah, I'm sorry. Really
You're
pretty
all
sure.
good.
It's okay. You have a job, man. It's adult
It's
life.
not okay.
How
So-
dare you? I can't believe this. We're having to end because of you. This is
I
insane.
know. This is
Imagine needing to work during D&D.
Imagine needing to work. Exactly. During D.
pretty cringe.
Couldn't be me.
Okay.
Literally,
Well,
literally
no
3
idea
people
what
in the
that's like.
party.
anyway, we played for a good 4 hours, so quit
Yeah,
complaining.
alright, well,
And,
Saturday is soon.
Okay,
So-
great. So hang on, because we need to close out our session now. All right. So, as our fellows,
All my fellows.
yeah,
All my fellows. Dun, dun, dun.
behold a peculiar sight before them. We're going to close out our session there. Who knows what that's all about? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I guess we're gonna figure that out whenever we have our next session, which I'm not sure when that's gonna be.
Saturday. Is it not going to
Oh,
be
you're
Saturday?
gonna make it? You're gonna make it on Saturday? Okay.
What's on Saturday?
Wow. All right. Well, I don't know.
What's
Well,
on
I did-
Saturday?
I thought you said you had
I
to go to New York. Isn't that what you said?
What's happening?
Oh, what?
Huh?
Okay, doesn't matter.
What?
Anyways,
What?
Oh,
What?
hang on. I want to know what's going on.
okay, can we talk about that after I stop the recording?
No.
Oh my gosh,
no?
you're
It's
so
gotta be
dumb.
on recording.
If-
Okay.
I thought you already
If you'd
did.
like.
All right. Well, anyway, we're gonna have our next recording on Saturday, and yeah, I guess that's going to end session 3 of Fatebreaker. Let's see what happens.